see it.
Hello, everybody. Hello, welcome to the Warhammer. Why am I doing a silly accent? What? Why did I start? Oh. Do you know?
We'll start again.
I don't even know why I started with that. It's because one of Mama Foxx's carers is Polish, and she's dead nice, and she talks just like that.
Oh, does she? Oh dear.
She was talking to Mama Foxx today, and she was saying maybe you should get an inhaler, but she didn't know how to say inhaler. She couldn't pronounce it quite right. It's quite funny. Hey everyone, welcome. Left welcome, right welcome, all over welcome, up and down welcome, behind and between welcome. Shall I shut up? Should I just stop?
No, you carry on, mate. You've got the buttons. I'm on easy times today.
You can tell it's been a while since I've done this. Hey everyone, welcome. It's Warhammer Sunday, and for the first time in about 3 or 8 months, it's a Warhammer Sunday with me, and properly with me, with the buttons and everything. I'm afforded the luxury today of being able to do a show. I'm assuming it's going to go for the usual 3 hours. It might be a bit shorter, but I don't know yet.
Hey, mate, go as long as you want.
Well, steady now. I knew a girl like that once. Yes, she always said that to me. But yes, welcome to Warhammer Sunday. At that time of the week when I sit down with my good buddy Colin and we do some Warhammery stuff, either building or painting. Me building, and at the moment Colin painting and fettling. But as always, big welcome to everybody. Before we get going, and I've got to try and remember I don't even remember how I do all this stuff. I've forgotten all the blurb. Before we get going, I don't know what my routine is. Before we get going, let's do all the shout-outs. First and foremost, big shout-outs to the companies that make all my content possible. That is, of course, my sponsors, emodels.co.uk, your one-stop shop for all your model-making needs, or your regular model-making needs. And, of course, Goblin Gaming, your one-stop shop for all your tabletop gaming needs. Links to both those stores in the description below the video, where you can get nice reductions off stuff from eModels and up to 20% off RRP from Goblin Gaming. Use the code in the link below, and that tells them I sent you, and it really helps me out. So if you want to buy stuff, use that link for both of those. But big thank you to them. And of course, to the people who actually make everything possible. I do this for my living, and I wouldn't be here without my patrons and members. My patrons on Patreon who support me each month at patreon.com/modelmakingguru. The link's somewhere on the screen at the bottom. They literally pay my wages, as do my channel members who became members by pressing the join button underneath any one of my videos. So big thank you to my patrons and my channel members. If you want to help keep this channel alive and help support it and make sure I can keep doing this for a living, then please do consider becoming a patron or a member. Now, of course, it goes without saying that I am not the only host of this show. It is, of course, me and my very good buddy Colin from Festa67's Workshop. His YouTube channel is Festa67's Workshop. He also has patrons and memberships, so make sure if you're not new to me but you're new to him, do make sure to go along to his channel as well and check his stuff out and do all the good friendly stuff to him as well. Colin, me old mucker,
you're good.
How in the name of Satan's butt cheeks are you, my friend?
I'm fine and dandy, mate, to be honest with you, because I'm off the back of doing really good pimpage this week, and I've impressed people.
You've impressed me, and that's all that matters.
For those that don't know me, I am the world's worst at pimping my own stuff. I'll pimp everyone else, but never myself.
Yeah, he won't even pimp his own stuff in his own group.
No, I'm useless, but it's only because I don't want people to think I'm being arrogant by doing it. So
you're being arrogant.
Yeah, but yeah, a load of people were very proud of me today because I actually put a photograph of my work in my own group.
Yes, good girl. So you're getting those baby steps.
Baby steps, mate. It's only taken 6 years.
Oh, yeah. It's baby steps. Now, I've got control of the buttons today, so Christ knows what's going to happen. It'll probably... I've not got my little mirror out. Now, if you've not seen one of these before, since we started using StreamYard as a way to, hang out together, it is entirely possible that for some reason I might fall out of StreamYard at some point during the stream. We don't know why. It's a StreamYard issue. It's a glitch within StreamYard. If it happens, don't panic. If you suddenly get a white screen, don't panic. You'll still be able to hear me. I just need to kick back into StreamYard. So if I do fall out and I'm talking away and I haven't noticed, please do put in chat that I've fallen out, and I'll just drop myself back in. But yes, I may fall out of StreamYard, so don't panic if that is the case. How is the stream looking? Are we looking and sounding good? I hope. Do let us know in chat. Hopefully it's all.
I've got the stream. I've got the stream on the other screen there. It looks crystal clear.
Cool beans.
I can only assume the audio. I can test the audio by.
No, it's fine. I'm just Yeah, leave it to the guys in chat. They'll let us know. They'll let us know in seconds if there's something wrong.
Audio and video are fine because I just did a stealthy transmit the audio to one earpiece.
Ooh, sound feedback. Right, let's have a quick look. Steady Neris. I'll have a quick look and see who is in chat, and then we'll have a look at what we're working on. We have Twisted Rail Hobbies is the first person I can see in chat, so welcome to you. And Panzer Koenig. Hans the Krieger is in. I don't think we've had you in chat before, but if you're a Deathcore, then I'll start again. If you're a Krieger, you get my ultimate thumbs up. I like Deathcore
Absolutely.
Krieg. Deathcore of Krieg. So Hans the Krieger, welcome. Wendy Hickson, of course, is in. If you're wondering why some people have got funny little coloured things next to the name, by the way, and the names are called, that's because they're channel members. You get a little icon that changes colour the longer you are a member.
I know.
So Panzer and Wendy are members there. It's really cool. There are some little emojis as well. If you do :Fox, if you type :Fox, you'll get a little selection of Fox emojis that I will add to more to eventually when I get round to it. Mac is in. Welcome, Mac. See, whenever I say Mac now, all I can think of is the character from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Good segue.
Yeah, so yeah. If Mac doesn't actually have a shotgun with an axe on the end of it, I'll be really disappointed. William Rayborn's in. Hey William, big hugs to you. We have Max McGinn is in, and Divine Panda E. Howdy and good morning, afternoon, or welcome Divine Panda _E. Welcome to you. Not seen your name before. Mac goes a bit French and is throwing kisses at Wendy Hickson because he says bisous, which is kisses, and gros bisous.
He does. Yep. He does also live in the south of France.
There's probably why I said bisous then, because gros bisous is big kisses. Beaucoup de gros bisous.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, bisous is kisses. Gros bisous. Bonjour la classe, asseyez-vous. Who else we got in? We have Festa 67's workshop was in earlier on.
Hello.
Hello.
To myself.
Max says, lovely graphics, Fox. Thank you very much. I do need to make the countdown clock a little bit brighter. I didn't realise until I used it that it's a bit too dark. And I need to change the quote at the end. I'm supposed to change it every week, but it's been, I've had reasons not to change it.
Absolutely, mate.
Model Maker Dave's workshop is in. Hey, Dave. Welcome, mate. Big Dave hugs.
Hello, mate.
Thank you for
doing,
watching.
Dave? Thanks for your support, mate.
Yep, massively. Lee Glazebrook is in. Good afternoon. Welcome, Lee. I think Lee's been in chat before, but I'm not sure. I think he has. Let's have a look. Twisted Rail Hobby says, in epic movie trailer voice, come in, sit down, strap in, join model making guru as he talks your ear off for 3 hours of denubbing an arm. He was a cop. In a world where nothing makes sense, there's Fox's brain.
Just when you thought it was safe to go outside.
Yeah, Fox's brain. If Games Workshop never comes up with a paint and calls it Fox's brain, I'll be disappointed. That's my goal in life, to become famous so that Games Workshop names a paint after me. That'd be brilliant.
That would be cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Fox's arse or something, I don't know. Adeptus Latrina joins us. Couldn't last week, but can this week. So Emperor's blessings upon Fox and friends. Don't say Fox and friends. I'm not. Oh no, don't associate me with that rubbish channel, that nonsense news channel. Gross Model is in. Chris is in. Welcome, Chris. He says afternoon visiting as I do some editing. Welcome, Chris.
Hello, Chris. Long time no see, mate.
Yep. And where Chris is, Gemma will follow. So hello to Gemma in advance before she pops in the chat. Let's have a look. There are times I wish I had such a weapon, says Mac. Oh yeah, shotgun. Have you seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I might have seen one episode.
Oh yeah, he's got a shotgun that he basically strapped an axe to the end of it, and now it's an axe shotgun. Yeah. It's kind of kick-ass.
Is that the one where they fly around in the rather large big plane?
Oh yeah, the bus.
Yeah.
I watched the first season and was like, it's all right. By the end of it, I'm like, I love this series. Darren Edmonds is in, says hello everybody, and I think that's everybody in chat so far. So welcome to you all. If you are watching this and you're not in the chat and you want to join in, don't forget, of course, if you're watching this embedded on Facebook or Patreon or somewhere else or Twitter, just click on the YouTube icon on the bottom right hand corner. It'll take you to YouTube where you can carry on watching and you can join in the live chat. I've got the chat here in front of me. Colin's got the chat in front of him or near him somewhere, so we will interact with you. However, when me and Colin get going on a wibble, when we start wibbling about, I don't know, prostates or something, on some old man crap, then do put your comments in big fat capital letters so we have a chance to see them. Otherwise, we will miss them, and it'll be 3 hours of not interacting with you guys.
Yeah, we are useless, aren't we?
Yeah, and don't forget, if you really want to catch my attention or Colin's attention, you can do a super chat by pressing the little dollar symbol at the bottom of the chat window. Puts your comment in a coloured box, and we have no way to miss that comment. Then it also helps support the channel. It's all coming back to me. It's all coming back to me slowly.
You're good. You are good. You're far better at this than I am. I'm useless.
And my ability to predict the future has come true because Gemma is indeed in chat. So hey, Gemma, big hugs. She's watching while resting. Take it easy. Take it easy, Gem.
Vampy's back in as well. Hello,
Vamp.
Vampy.
Hey, Vampy. Big hugs. Right, so it's me and thee, as always. Now, of course, everybody will know what I'm working on. I'm still working on, slowly, my way through the Combat Patrol Death Guard, which I've been with. Mama Foxx got me this about 6 months ago as a little sort of random gift. So I've been working my way through that. I've got that, and I had a load of other Death Guard that Cy Reynolds sent me. So I've built all them so far. Oh. I think I might pretty much have a Death Guard army before I've got anywhere near finishing an Imperial army, but there you go. So I've got basically some Poxwalkers to build now, and then that set's finished. And once that's done, I've got no idea what I'm going to build after that. I don't know what's in my stash. I don't actually know. What have I got in my stash? I've got nothing. Oh, arse. I might have.
Well, I very nearly made a purchase yesterday.
Oh. We'll tell you what.
There was someone.
Let me jump over to you. You can tell us what you're building, and then you can tell us all about what you didn't purchase and when you're going to purchase it later on. I'll switch over to you. There you go.
Let's just move my camera so you can see what I'm doing. I am building.
This week, I am mostly building.
This week, I'm mostly building one of them bad boys.
Ooh.
Warhammer Orc Battle Wagon.
Is it Orc with an H or Orc with an O?
Orc with an O. Like that. Big old, juicy bit of battley wagony type gubbins.
Does it come with the sprue? Yeah. Does it come with the the roller for the front as on the sprue? Or is that an extra set? I can't remember.
I've got a 3D print one.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
It's not a stupid thing for me to say, really, wasn't it? Because you can just 3D print. That's what you do.
Yeah. I'm going to 3D print it, mate.
You're going to 3D print it?
Yeah. Because there's no roller for it, but I've got the STL file in anticipation.
Ooh, is that like a box or a folder?
Yeah, it's just like a roller with spikeage and gubbins.
No, he said it was in anticipation, and I went, never mind, the joke's died now. Moving on.
Sorry, mate, you know what I'm like. It's like,
I made a dad joke. It was the worst dad joke ever. I deserve it. I deserve it.
But no, that's kind of what I'm up to, mate.
So what did you nearly buy?
I was on eBay overnight because, as you know, I don't sleep a lot. And I very nearly bought 2 Liam and Russ tanks.
Ooh.
But I didn't. Because
for yourself or for the upcoming shenanigans?
It would have been one each, mate. I've still got it as a watched item. It works out about 15 quid each, but
yeah, that's about right.
I don't know whether to go with that or whether to just get a new one and do new ones. I don't know.
Well, a new one is 35 quid.
That's right.
So
sort that out when I come back out, can't I?
Yeah, that's up to you. I mean, if you want to get the 2 off eBay, we can strip them and repaint them, and
we'll have a looky-loo, mate.
It's only 15 quid each, then, isn't it? So that's a lot cheaper.
If
And of course, if they might be built like absolute gash. You never know. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
So you nearly now. You did buy something the other day. What was it you bought the other day? Is it there to hand? Or do you have to find it?
Yeah, no, it's to hand, mate. Sorry, I was just messaging the wife because she checks up on me at the moment to make sure I'm okay, because obviously, recently I had a bit of a...
He's got a copy and paste message ready saying, "Hello dear, I'm not under the cupboard, don't panic."
Well, this is it, because she's round my youngest son's place with me, my eldest son's. Where I have my list of...
Wait, are you
I'm home alone, yeah.
Are you in the house by yourself?
I am. That's why she's messaging me, making sure that I'm not up to shenanigans.
Have you... I don't want to... I know she probably doesn't watch this. Helen, if you're watching, if you're watching, look away now. Have you touched the buttons on the washing machine?
No.
Are you going?
Because I still think that she's got fingerprint powder.
Yeah. When you get a chance, just touch it. Just touch the button and see what happens. Anyway, yes, that's what you bought.
Do you know, I might actually go out and turn a button on the cooker, but I think she would know.
No, I wouldn't turn it. I'd just touch it. Or have you got like on the cooker like the grill thing over the top that you put the pans on? Is that removable?
Oh no, this is one of those flush, sexy hob things with, all built-in type ones.
Because I was going to say, if it was square, you could take it off and turn it round, and that you'd know and I'd know, and nobody else would know. Anyway, yes.
I still think she would get some kind of UV glasses on and the black light and everything. Go, you've touched my cooker, ain't you?
I think she's got little cameras everywhere.
I reckon she has, mate.
There's probably little capacitor alarms that go off when you move things. Yes, anyway,
folks.
What did you get?
He says bumping into his camera. Let's put that in front of me. There you go. Look at that. Oak Boom Dacker Snazwagon. Look at that bad boy.
Yeah, if Games Workshop need voice artists for Orcs, by the way, for any of the animations, give Col a shout.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah. Have you watched any of the...
There's an Orc with an Orc.
Did you?
Because he's got an Orc on his shoulder.
Did you watch, when they released it to the public, did you watch the little animated thing they did a few weeks ago?
No.
All right, because that'll give you an idea for what they sound like. They just sound like...
All right.
That's pretty much it. You'd be a great Orc voice artist, you would.
I will try and build Orc with a pork pie hat on.
If I ever... I had this idea that at some point I'm going to have to... When I do some of my painting of my Orc vehicles, I might have to get you to do some voiceover work for me.
Yeah, I'll do it.
To be like an Orc. Oh, hang on. Here we go. This is what happens. We don't know why this happens. It does happen. 1 second, folks. I will insert myself into the thing.
What a pilch.
I'm not a pilch.
No, I'm sitting here. I'm calling myself a pilch because I was sitting here answering your question.
Oh, right, and I fell out.
And Judd fell out.
I'd go... Yeah.
No, I said just message me what you want said and I'll record it and send you the audio file up on G Drive.
Yeah, I just had the thought the other day when I eventually get around to painting some of my Orc stuff, I'll need to do a little... If I do a little amusing silliness, I'll have to get you to some Orc voices. What? Yeah. So cool. So right. Yes, if you want to grab those Lehman Russes, feel free, or send me a link. I'll have a look. But we'll go halves.
Yeah, no worries, mate. We'll sort it out when we go off air, mate, or whatever.
Let's have a quick look.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Cool. Right. Well, before we get going with the stuff, let me have a quick look at what we're talking about. Hang on. Hang on. If you never used an earpiece while streaming, you won't know what this is, but I just had that thing where you get like a little bit of build-up of pressure in your ear and it sounds like you've got like a bubble of water in your ear. I've just had to pop my ears. It's really... Earpieces do that. It's very strange. Are you touching buttons on the washing machine?
I am messaging you the link to the...
Oh, right. Awesome.
I am really tempted.
Because you could just lean out the door, can't you, and just...
I'm going to do it.
Nobody will know. It's just you and me will know. Because, nobody...
Do you want me to film it?
Film it. Press. I'm going to have to say it close up to the microphone. Press the buttons.
Back in the mo.
Ooh, he's going to press buttons. Let's have a quick look at chat. Where are we up to? I was going to say hello to everybody. Legal Edge, but we've done that one. Oh, good. That Puffin has really big ears, though. Don't tell him that. Guthorn will get offended. He likes it when he's got my glasses. He likes to wear my magnifying lenses because he thinks he makes him look smart. He looks like some sort of 1980s news presenter from the Granada region. Where are we up to? Scale Model Vamp says, of all the things I've lost, I miss my mind the most, Foxy? Yes, yeah, absolutely. You don't have to be mad to work here, etc., etc. Everyone wishing Gemma, saying hello to Gemma and hoping she's having a good day. Adeptus Latrina has so many Dark Angels to paint. It's a good problem to have. Let's have a look. Max McGinn says, since Colin building the Orc Battle Wagon, I might have convinced myself to get another one for next week when I get paid. Awesome.
Good man.
You've influenced. I'm torn for my next purchase, says Adeptus. Black Templars or the new Sororitas Kill Team? Ooh. I don't know. Having painted that one, the Sister of Battle for in Nim's memory, I did the Imagifier. Having painted that, I have to say, I didn't enjoy it. purely because
really?
it was so small. Smaller than, because it's so small with so much fine detail that I didn't actually fully enjoy the painting process, because it's like you get all your base coats down and it always looks like garbage until you start getting the washes and shades on, and then you start painting all the details. But I was so like, when I did all the basic colours, I'm like, oh god, it looks like ass. I mean, it all came together in the end, but there's so many little fine details. My old man eyes weren't really cutting the mustard. So yeah, I personally would probably not do any. I mean, I said I wouldn't do any more anyway, because I just did that one as a little tribute to Nim, and I don't really want to do Adeptus Sororitas again, but I probably wouldn't want to just for the painting. So
yeah. We'd known Nim a lot of years, bless her.
Yeah. I would say
sad.
Adeptus. Sorry, go on.
So no, I was just saying out loud. It's just so sad.
It is. It floored all of us. But I would say Adeptus. I would say whichever one you want. However, you could wait on a little bit and get the Deathcore Krieg squad that they're going to release separately. That would be a good idea. That would be a brilliant idea. If people haven't seen it, they have announced that they are, because they did promise that they release from the new Kill Team set. You've got the Orc Commandos and you've got the Deathcore Veteran Squad. They did say they'd release those separately, and they've now shown box art for both those sets. The Orc Commandos, which I think you'd like, Cole, and the Deathcore.
Hint.
Well, put it this way: imagine World War II British Commandos, like with the little woolen cap and everything, but orcs. And there's a grot in a ninja suit. It looks like a gimp suit.
Yeah, we know what's going to happen then, don't we?
Yeah. So, but they are releasing them separately. So I don't know how much they'll be. I don't know how much Kill Team squad sets go for. It's 10 veteran Deathcore, or it's the 10 squad of orcs. So I'm going to probably guess about 20 quid, 25 quid, something like that. Might be a bit more.
That ain't bad.
Well, I don't know how much they were, like a squad of 10. I don't know how much they'd actually go for. If anyone has bought any of the separate squads of Kill Team, put in chat how much they tend to go for. Because I mean, what I'd love to do is just, I'd like to think they're going to release more plastic Deathcore, but they probably won't. They might not. They might just have that squad of 10. But you can still build them into regular troops or veteran troops, and you can probably still build a nice little army off that, because, you know, if you look at actual Deathcore troops, there's only about 4 different sets available on Forge World, so I could still have fun with that. I'd love to play Deathcore. I'd love to have a Deathcore
That's
squad.
that name again, Forge World.
Forge World. I mean, I've got about 60 Deathcore dudes. I just need to get around to building some of them and painting them. But they're all resident Forge World and they scare me. Lee Stevenson says, supposedly the original voices for orcs were based on football hooligans. Well, they are. Orcs are basically football hooligans, aren't they?
That would be an ecumenical matter.
That will be an ecumenical
matter. Oh.
There you go. Eon's Car is in, says hello all. Welcome, Eon's Car.
Hello, mate.
And there we go. I think we're up to date on chat. So, Bobbins is in as well. Hey, Bobbins.
Hello,
welcome,
mate.
welcome. Right, so I'm building more Poxwalkers. It's a quick process, so I'll probably get about 32 done.
I may have sent you a video.
What, on the Facebooks?
On the Facebooks. Yeah.
Oh, I shall have a look in a bit.
But I now realise this could be used by you as evidence to hold me to ransom.
Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, I could watch it on here. No, I won't. I won't show a private chat on the interwebs. But yes, thank you for sending me that information. It will be put to good. I mean, I'll enjoy watching it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Anyway, what am I doing now? So, anyway, I hope everyone is well. I hope everyone's having a darn good time. How's your week been, my friend?
It's been all right, mate. It's been quite chillax, to be quite honest with you, mate.
Did you just say chillax like 1996?
I did, yeah, chillax.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
know. I am that old.
Are you wearing that baseball cap the wrong way around?
No, I could never do that.
Good. That's the right answer.
Yeah, nah. There are limits to my stupidity.
Yeah, we don't go that far.
No. Baseball caps have a peak on the front for a reason.
Yep, and the best thing to do with the baseball cap with a peak is duck the bill.
Oh, yeah, you got to do it. You can't have it flat. No,
I don't understand
you can't
people
wear it flat.
No, I don't understand people that have baseball caps and they wear the bill just flat. It's like, it looks like you've just got a plate sticking out your head.
We have that really annoying gap each side of their temple as well, don't you? It's like,
yeah.
No.
It's like, why would you not just duck the bill to make it look like you're a long distance truck driver or something? It's just, that's what you're supposed to do. I don't know.
Yeah, no.
Oh, dropping.
No, it's been pretty chillax, to be quite honest with you. You know, I've just been doing my thing my way, and yeah.
I nearly started singing that, but I won't for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Well, it's as you everybody no doubt knows, I've done absolutely bugger all modelling work over the last few months anyway, or the last few weeks.
Yeah, but you have had a very good reason.
Yeah. Mama Foxx is now home again. She's still on the road to recovery. It's still a slow process. She's doing okay, but it's still quite intensive at the minute. So I've still not really got any great free time at the bench. So I managed to. I've got this today. So it's kind of as and when.
Well, this is it. It's you don't know, do you, until the morning whether you're having a good day or an off day, do you? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I still need to keep an eye on her and look after her. So. In terms of filming, I was quite happily filming the Dodge Charger part work until I happened across a slightly malformed piece that stopped the build process, a piece that was all misshapen. So I've been in touch with them, and I'm hoping to get a replacement piece. I can't go any further with it until I get this new piece of the engine, so hopefully that should be soon.
Yeah, it's quite a crucial bit and all, isn't it?
Yeah, it was half the gearbox shaft, so it's like, yeah, I kind of need that bit.
Yeah.
So waiting for that. I have got more Iron Man stuff coming. So I might maybe get back on with that. I did look at the X-Wing and then just gave up the will to live and put it back in the box again.
Oh, really?
I will get back to that one at some point, but that one, yeah, it was all wiring and complicated bits. I'm like, oh.
Electricity. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, this one might need to wait for a bit. So, and it wasn't, because I can, it's difficult to say. I might be able to spend all day at the bench, or I might get half an hour. So I don't really want to start filming something that's going to take 3 hours, knowing that I might not have that long to play. So that's why there's things like the Dodge and the Iron Man are quite good, because I can do an hour's worth of filming and get a load of stuff done. So might crack on with that. I was hoping to start the next E-Models video build as well.
Yeah.
Because I did have the Imperial Knight to do, but that's kind of on hold a little bit for various reasons. So I've got them to send me another kit, which is the Tamiya 135th Russian T-62A tank.
Yes.
And there's two reasons for that. One is it's a simple build, and it's not exactly a complicated paint job, so I can probably do it in little spurts here and there and get it done quite quickly. So it's some content for them and for me. But also, because it was the first kit I ever built and painted that my dad bought for me. So it's like it's like a revisiting my origins kind of build. So have I cut out the wrong dude? Oh no, that's the right one. So maybe this week, hopefully, if Mama Foxx is still on the up and up, then I'll get some time to start that maybe. I might do some more Iron Man, we don't know. Adeptus Latrina says, you need to buy a Forge World Warlord Titan. I do not need to do that because A, they cost all the money, and B, I'm not that keen on resin. I don't actually like working with resin, it's horrible.
It's a challenge.
Yeah, I don't mind putting like one dude together, but even that's a pain in the arse. But building something that requires pinning and reinforcement, no.
Yeah.
Also, that's going to cost me like 1,500 quid. No.
That's the thing, isn't it? It is serious money, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, those Warlord Titans. It's like I always fancied a Warhound Titan, but I'm not. Yeah, just resin. No, plastic one I'd do. Max McGinn says, speaking about orcs, I did order 80 plus orc boys for a campaign project between me and my mate for his Blood Angel, so this could be a long grind.
Oh,
yeah. Painting big chunks of units.
And Max is firmly down the hole.
Oh yeah. Well, if you just bought 80 dudes, then that's more than I've got Deathcore.
Yeah, he's beyond salvage, mate.
Yeah. See, this isn't something you've experienced yet, is it? Painting in batches.
No.
Yeah, it's all to come. Like when you start painting all those dudes for the Baneblade, it's all to come.
Yeah.
Does everything look alright? Does everything look a little bit dark? What do
stream looks alright.
People think everything looks alright, or a bit. It seems a bit dark on mine. I don't quite know why.
Have you got another screen up? Do you want me to take a picture of the screen for you?
No,
So
I'm just asking. I'm just asking. There, I might for some. I think every time I fall out of StreamYard, I have to reset the gain on my camera because it kind of resets itself.
Ah.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me know in chat what you think. I think it's probably just me fussing at nothing, basically.
Never. That shocks me.
I don't fuss. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so yeah, batch painting. Oh yeah.
Got all of that to come. It's all part of your cunning plan, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, the first time you buy like a squad of dudes, for example, you'll learn the best way to paint them is to paint them all in like a production line.
Yeah.
Rather than paint one dude and then fully and then move on to the next. No, you
yeah,
don't do
like
that.
do all the gold, do all the red, do all the whatever. Yeah.
I mean, I managed to paint a squad of 10 Space Marines in like 2 days.
Well, that ain't bad.
I mean, they're mostly just like simple colours, but that was all right. But then again, I have got like maybe 60 Deathcore, and that's like great coats, tiny details, lots of fiddly bits. I've got something like 70 or 80 Imperial Guard, but they're fairly simple paint scheme.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of batch painting in my future. I've got the entire Warhammer Conquest set to paint for George.
Oh, blimey.
And then James Donnelly has sent me, he also had the entire Warhammer Conquest set that he started to paint and realised he wasn't really into it, so he sent me his. So I've basically got
nice.
2 lots of Warhammer Conquest. I've not opened the box yet from James. Thank you, James. But he basically said, he said, I'm not a miniature painter. You can have them if you want.
Oh, that's nice of him.
So that's even more Death Guard. But I always wanted to build an Imperial army, but I can see I'm going to have a Death Guard army done and painted and finished before I get anywhere near an Imperial army. I've got like about 40 or 50 Tempestus Scions as well. Oh, God. So much I need to paint.
Yeah, it's like, can you remember what Fox looked like before he went painting?
Yeah. Right, so we'll just get these dudes cleaned up. So what's your plan for this orc battle wagon then, dude? What kind of things have you been thinking about? I know there's no real hard plan for you. It's just as the whim takes you. But...
Yeah, obviously I'm going to 3D print the roller.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also going to do some kind of trailer behind it with probably an old trebuchet or something like that, with squigs in it, and so
Trebuchet.
Yeah,
Squiggy
so it's one of those that, it's going to be festered, isn't it?
Of course. Is it going to end up being like 7 times the size?
Yeah, because pretty much everything in the box has to go on it. That's the rule, isn't it?
Yeah, and
whatever I buy, the whole contents has to go on that model. That was devised by a very cunning person who will remain nameless.
Who devised that? Who devised that? Basically, your golden rule is it has to be incompatible with any standard UK shelf size, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it can't be played on any Warhammer table.
Yeah, it has to not fit in any size, depth, or width of shelf.
Absolutely.
Bobbins says, today I'm getting back onto building the Enterprise. I got a bit behind after I broke part of it and did some naughty words. Doing naughty words is the best bit. Are we talking Enterprise 1701, or are we talking Enterprise, the USS CVN-65 aircraft carrier? Or are we talking about the Enterprise shuttle, or the Enterprise sailing ship? It's kind of, you kind of have to clarify, don't you? Oh, I knocked the camera, sorry. I'm assuming you're talking about the Starship. But I don't like to assume. Yeah, I can't wait till you get started on that Baneblade painting job.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to starting that, if I'm honest. It's just one of them, innit?
I still firmly believe that one should be the wait till you've discovered the way you prefer to paint project.
Yeah, that's kind of why she's just sitting there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Find your feet. Find your preferred style first, and then you can unleash it on that behemoth.
absolutely, because it is one of those. It's such a unique build.
Yeah,
I want to do it justice, and yeah, at the moment, I kind of want to own me skills a bit more.
Yeah. It's not so much honing your skills; it's just finding what you enjoy most and what works for you best.
Yeah.
Finding your way of doing things that gives you the results you want, rather than just copying somebody else.
It's not a short-term paint job, is it? You know,
There's no short term in your paint jobs now. The way you do things.
Is that a segue where, for those that don't know what the Bane Blade is we're on about, would you like it brought into shot?
If it doesn't involve climbing or.
No, Bane Blade is literally just me swiveling my chair around.
I shall full screen it for you. This requires full screen, and this requires more than one full screen, to be perfectly honest. This is Colin.
Are you gonna make them kind of girly?
I may quietly make some little squeaking noise. Lynn Dipple's in. Hey, Lynn. I'm here.
Lynn, you all right, sweetheart?
I'm here, crawled out of bed, put this show on the big telly. Hugs all around. Hugs to you, Lynn.
Let's just put the boom arms on.
Panzer says I missed out for Enterprise car rental. Oh yeah, damn it.
I am just putting the boom arms on.
Okay. Eon's car says I'm building and painting up the Freedom Gundam Zaft mobile suit ZGMF X10A. And as for dinner, hot dogs and chips. Freedom Gundam is my favourite. Strikes are my favourite mobile suits. And the Strike Freedom and the Freedom Gundam are two of my all-time favourite suits. Of course, Zaku is everybody's all-time favourite suit. Zaku for the win. You know this is going to be good because it requires some... Oh.
Yeah, there's just turretage that I've had to move around because I have it
Yeah.
stored a certain way on the shelf so that I don't knock all the turrets off.
Yeah. If you've not seen this before, this is you've just got it as a sort of rough base coat highlight zenithal thing, haven't you? Just roughly.
Yeah. But that is the insane blade.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Not only does it have
crow's nest.
Yeah, crow's nest. Also a sail. A very special sail, it should be said.
Yeah, the infamous raggy sail.
Yep.
There you go. That is said insane blade.
Oh.
And it was Fox going, put a crow's nest on it. Crow's nest. Put a sail on it. Sail.
Put a bridge on it.
Put a rope bridge.
Rope bridge. We're idiots.
It's kind of got... this was the first Warhammer build that I'd ever done.
Yeah. How many turrets has it actually got? Eon's car says
it's
turrets
got all
galore.
the turrets. There you
All
go. It's all magnetised as well.
Yeah. Have you busted something now? Has that just fallen off?
Yeah, I've pulled my magnet out. That's all, mate. It's because...
Well,
no, I had to repair it the other day and I super glued both magnets together. Yeah, but...
This is when you realise your magnets have got more strength than the actual super glue. It's like, oh...
Absolutely, but yeah, that's easily resolved. But yeah, the turrets are going to be motorised. They're going to have tiny little motors in that make
I forgot about all that. I forgot about all the motorisation.
Yeah, so it's going to have all of that, and it's got gunnage at the front, and it's got big fangs, and
it's got that thing.
Dude just fell out. Yeah,
I've got some bad news for you.
What?
You know how you hate me for adding things to it?
Yeah.
You're going to hate Panzer now, because Panzer says, I know what it's missing. It's missing an ice cream vending machine.
You never know. Stranger things may happen.
Yeah. And Bobbin says it needs a shark's mouth.
So yeah, that is
well
the Bane Blade, folks. Yeah, stranger things happen.
Yeah.
Let's just pop that off and re-glue that. Might as well whilst I've got it in on the bench.
You know, you're going to fill the bottom of that crane with like putty or something to hold the magnet in.
Yeah.
Resin or something. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty much there. It is. Got it.
Done and done. Thank you for showing that.
Done and dusted.
Awesome,
all right, mate. My pleasure.
That is just pant-wettingly good, though, isn't it? That insane blade.
It's one of those, isn't it, that started off as a regular Bane blade, and then it was, I know, Cole, what would be a good idea? What's that, Fox? Why don't you put everything in the box on the Bane blade?
Yeah, except the figures, obviously.
Yeah, and then it was okay, and then I got the saw out, then I started. That was the thing that got you, wasn't it? Chopping up the Bane blade.
Oh, God. Yeah. Like, you know,
there you go.
like to a normal person, when we're cutting a bit of a model apart, we might gingerly get the knife and start cutting, or some scissors or something, and just start. Colin's like, I'll just get the saw. There you go, and I can put something in there. Jam.
Yeah, it's done. It's dusted. Yeah.
Yep. Ray Aquilina from Malta's in. Hey, Ray. Big hugs to you.
Hello, Ray. Hope you're doing all right, mate.
Yep. Missing my comment, Foxy. Not doing a very good chat, darling. Says Muse. Hang on, let me find Waves. Muse Waves. Oh. Hey, Muse.
Hey, Muse. Hope you're doing all right, darling. Thanks for popping in.
Yes, we're not. I've not hosted a stream for like 3 months, so I'm a bit rusty, I'm afraid.
Yeah, we're not good, are we?
No. Max says
I'm just useless.
Yeah, Max says lots of naughty words being said here too. 6 to 8 weeks delay on stages for the half-scale alien part work. Patience is a virtue, apparently. Big hugs to Muse though. Sneaks up on Vamp and chomps. No, good morning, says Muse. There's always chomping, isn't there? Sneaking with Muse.
Yeah, I worry about her.
Lynn Dipple says it's Raggy.
Yes, Raggy Lynn.
William. Oh, there's more for you, dude. William Rayborn says it still needs a grot sitting on the toilet.
Oh, I'm sure that can be arranged.
And I'm still missing an earlier comment from Muse, apparently.
Yeah.
It'd be easy just to retype it or post it back in again, Muse, because I'll be here all day trying to find it. You have to remember, chat's really small and I've got rubbish eyesight, so.
Yeah, we really are that bad, Muse.
Yeah, that's why we say if you really want to get our attention, make sure you do at Model Making Guru or at Festa67's workshop, so it ats us and we can see it, or do a super chat. Vamp chomps back.
A lot of chompage going on over there.
Yeah, and she sends you some huggage as well.
Oh, thanks, Muse.
I didn't get any huggage, but you got huggage.
I always get huggage off.
You always get huggage. Yeah.
I love huggage.
Huggage. Hey. Yeah, so I can't wait when you get round. That's going to be like, I mean, I could just sit there and paint that thing for weeks. I could spend a week just painting the figures.
Yeah, well, I am looking forward to painting it, I must admit. It's just going to be one of those builds, isn't it? You know?
Yep.
Well, it's even better, though, if I stop breaking bits off of it every time I pick something up.
Well, this is the problem. This is the only problem with that kind of build where it's all dangly stuff and lots of sticky out bits. It's prone to exploding. It's like I mentioned.
Yeah.
I mentioned on a stream the other day my space battleship Yamato that I've still not got around to building. And somebody says to me, you build it and I'll buy it off you. And I'm like, dude, the one thing I will never ever do is build a complex ship with lots of rigging and masts and things and then try and ship it somewhere, because it would cost 3 times the value of the kit to put it in a crate to ship it.
Yeah, and you can't always guarantee that it's going to arrive in one piece the other end either. Yeah,
it's like, when I sell stuff, I try to make sure that when I sell a build, it's something I can fairly easily pack.
Flame blade suitably repaired.
Good lad. Because people that if I had like a model battleship, either space battleship or otherwise, if it's got lots of antenna and masts and stuff like this, I don't know how, without having someone to make a crate for it, I don't know how you'd ship that. I did look into crates at one point and it's like hundreds of pounds.
Yeah, it's not cheap, mate.
No, custom built crates.
So yeah, that'll be an interesting project to do, but I'm going to put it on hold until I've done a few more bits and bobs. And
oh yeah, well, like you said, you want to find your preferred painting style techniques first, don't you? First, you want to find your way of painting things. I mean, that whole thing, it's your way of building stuff, so it would be perfect to then have your way of painting stuff as well.
Absolutely.
Rather than building it your way, but then painting it Duncan's way or my way or somebody else's way.
Yeah.
Paint it your way. It's your reward.
It is one of those.
Adeptus Latrina, who is clearly American, has taught us something today.
Oh.
Because I now know what the American version or equivalent I'm assuming American, or the non-UK equivalent of having a kebab for breakfast would be.
All right.
Because Adeptus Citrina says, I think I'm going to pop over to Taco Bell for breakfast.
American.
Yeah, so I'm guessing that's I've realised that's like the same as us saying, I'm going to go and have a kebab for my breakfast. Something you regret half an hour later, but it's probably good at the time.
Yeah, but that's the trouble with us. We eat all the food, don't we?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know, I mean, when we get a kebab, it gets everything in the kebab wagon put on the kebab.
Oh, God, yeah. What do you want on your kebab? Yes. Would you like? Yes. Yes. I say, look.
And of course, don't forget, you did introduce me to the world of the chicken and mushroom pot noodle this week.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Is there any video evidence of this or of the consumption?
I might actually do a video of it for you because I know that will cheer you up.
You could eat one live on the stream. No, don't do that.
Hey mate, I'll touch the cooker. I think I've got myself in enough trouble.
Yeah, because you don't want to touch the kettle. Are you allowed to touch the kettle though? Because one would assume.
I have a Burco, mate, which is a large hot water warmer.
Oh.
I do my tea with, and it's pushing and a button and opening the fridge and getting a tiny bit of milk. I'm allowed to do that. What I'm not allowed to do is loiter in the kitchen. I'm not allowed to linger more than the tea making process takes.
Just because of proximity to buttons and other devices that you're not having any involvement with.
And normally Ellen goes, shuffle the F off out of my kitchen and shut the door on your way out.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, but love, I'm making a cup of tea. You've taken too long.
Yeah.
Get a move on.
You forfeit your cup of tea now.
Yeah, I'm going as fast as the legs will carry me. And then she then takes over the process.
Yeah, she assists your legs.
Leave my kitchen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know why she doesn't trust me, mate.
Well, we've got I can't remember why we decided to do it, but about 2 years ago. Well, Mama Foxx, she gets the shakes sometimes. She's got tremors, and she was struggling a bit with the kettle, making the brew because of lifting the kettle. It's quite heavy, and she's 82, so a big heavy kettle's quite heavy for Mama Foxx. So. What she had in a moment of genius, she decided, and I didn't know this was a thing, she decided to get basically a tea urn.
Yeah.
So in our kitchen now, unlike most people, we don't have a kettle, we have a 3-foot tall metal tube that just constantly keeps the water hot.
The stainless steel one, that's it.
And it's literally, you just go and like stick your cup under and fill it up, and it's like, it was so liberating for Mama Foxx, but unfortunately, man, I went from like 2 or 3 cups of coffee to a day to like litres of coffee a day.
That's the only downside.
Yeah, and then I died, so yes, it didn't end well. So yeah, we've got this big, like, I call it the tube of happiness, or the boilie tube, or the boilie. I'll put the boilie on for you. She'd be like, have you turned off the tube of happiness?
Yeah. Yeah, you sit there and you're like, yeah.
So we just leave it on all day. Adeptus says they actually have breakfast, though it won't be just regular tacos and burritos. Well, that's just rubbish. Don't eat breakfast. You want to eat the things that aren't breakfast foods at breakfast, otherwise you're not doing it right. That's why having a kebab or a pizza for breakfast is always awesome.
Oh yeah.
Having the leftover Chinese from the night before.
Leftover Chinese, it's to die for, isn't it?
There are some situations in which last night's Chinese is actually nicer than Chinese when you get it. Like if you leave it and... I've been tempted, I've never done it, but I've been tempted occasionally to try it. Just order some Chinese takeaway and then just leave it.
Yeah.
Not touch it, just leave it until the morning and then eat it the next morning. Because it always tastes nicer.
You ever had cold McDonald's?
That's just not, it's not right. It's not right, cold McDonald's. The chips, no. Some things don't work the next day.
Oh.
Cold McDonald's is one of them. Ooh.
I'm going to do the walk of shame now.
Why, do you like cold McDonald's?
I do, yeah, and cold KFC.
Cold KFC, yeah. If you get like the actually, yeah, KFC does taste quite nice the next day because the batter's gone all soft. I mean, chicken always tastes nice cold anyway, so it's not a problem. But yeah, cold Burger King's quite nice. bizarrely.
Burger King. I do love a Burger King.
Yeah. Adeptus says, leftover Chinese breakfast is my favourite. Oh, yeah. Pork lo mein in the morning. Oh, yes. Or I could do McDonald's breakfast, Adeptus Latrina says. No, see, McDonald's is even less food than Taco Bell. I wouldn't recommend. Although I do like McDonald's breakfast. I do like the sausage patty. Oh. You get the tray where you get the sausage patty and you get the bun and you get the square of egg. Yeah. I do actually quite like the McDonald's breakfast.
You want a McDonald's breakfast now, don't you?
I do. Oh, damn it. Yeah, but it's like 4 o'clock.
Yeah, I know. But, yeah, that ain't going to happen.
Muse says, grab me a burrito and 2 soft tacos, please. Max says, if I had to visit my nearest Taco Bell, it would involve 2 flights and approximately 11 hours. My nearest one is... I've actually been to Taco Bell, and it was near Telford Exhibition Centre.
Oh, right.
Because we went to Waxstock a week before the model show. I used to work Waxstock with my friend. Waxstock was the show before the IPMS model show. The week before, so we used to be there all week for the Waxstock show, and then I'd go back for the model show. There's a Taco Bell around there, I think. I'm pretty sure that's where I had my first ever proper taco, which wasn't a taco, it was a chimichanga.
You've got to have a taco.
Adeptus says, I've got some Battletech minis being printed by a friend. I'm not addicted to enough tabletop games, and it'll be nice to return to my roots. Oh yeah, Battletech. Ray Acrolina's got to go and make tea. Take care, Ray. Thanks for coming in.
Take care, mate. Mine, there you go.
I made sweet and sour chicken with fried rice, says William Brainborn. And Scale Model Mew says this. Cold fried chicken in front of the open fridge, says Latrina, and Mew says, now I'm really hungry, damn it. So both Latrina and Muse are like absolutely starving right now.
Yeah, we do this to you all every time. You should know this by now.
Yeah, but the problem is it does it to me as well because I'm really hungry. Damn it. But Latrina lives literally 5 minutes up the road from Taco Bell. So
road trip.
I would recommend just start the heart tablets now before you hit 30.
Yeah.
Just start now on the medication. Go to your doctor and say, I'm only 22, right? I'm guessing age here. I'm only 23 or whatever, but I live near a Taco Bell. Can I just take all the heart pills now and just start?
Yeah.
Lynn Dipple says, I'm glad I just ate a blueberry muffin.
Blueberry muffin?
I know.
Oh. Thanks, Lynn.
Yeah, but do you know what I've got a freezer full of? Crumpets.
Oh.
They're all frozen. I'll have to defrost them.
But they're there.
I've got 2 9-packs of crumpets. Warburton's crumpets. Not just any old crumpets.
No, not them namby-pamby southern crumpets, eh?
Yep. No, none of this Spar Shop nonsense. The proper Warburton's crumpets. I'm 37. I'm 37, says Adeptus.
Oh.
Do you remember being 37? I don't think I can remember that far back.
No, I don't actually. I don't really remember much about me 30s. I just seemed to be 40 and that was it. It just went so quick.
Actually, thinking about it, I don't remember being 37 because of the X. I think I blanked that 5 or 6 years out of my brain.
Yeah, it's...
that was when I was with my evil... That was when I was with my evil ex, who we don't discuss because she was just evil.
No.
I think I've killed those brain cells off, so I don't have those memories.
Son of Lucifer. Yeah.
Daughter of, yeah.
Yeah.
Then again, to look at her, either or. Yeah.
Evil spawn. There you go.
Decisions were made and regrets were formed. Let's just put it that way. Let's just leave it at that. Choices were made that were not ideal.
Yeah.
Cowbag.
My mum usually says that. Cowbag. Yeah. Oh, so cool.
Yes. Mistakes were made, but it ended up with her being saddled with the kids, so I was quite happy with that. Thank you very much. Bye.
Oh, happy days.
Not mine, obviously. I should point that out. Yes.
Karma can be a wonderful thing, mate.
Oh, yes. I think like when you have an argument with someone, you get to say like a good put-down line that you can just like say it and then walk away and that's it and you've won the argument.
Yeah.
I don't know if this really counts, but my like Just leave this on the table and walk away, or something like, if you're going to have an affair, do it with someone who knows how to use a condom.
Good man.
Because this bloke got her pregnant, but just after he'd been out with someone else and got her pregnant for in the same stupid reason. It's like,
brilliant.
He got someone pregnant, then kind of just like pushed her aside, and then had a fling with my ex, who wasn't my ex at the time, and got her pregnant. I'm like, stupid cow.
Yeah.
He clearly doesn't know how to do these things, so it's your own fault. So so karma helped me out on that one. It was quite a nice bit of karma.
Absolutely, mate. Saved by the bell.
Yeah. And then she gave the child the chaviest name in the world. So I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I'm not involved in that anymore.
Oh, no.
Walking away now. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Lucky escape.
Did you do it with a smuggest of smug expression? Please tell me, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I was like, I said, you know what? Good man. I said, you know what? Next time you go behind someone's back, make sure they know how to use a condom.
Yeah.
Just kind of walked away. Actually, no. I have to admit, I did actually meet. I came across her in a shop, like a supermarket, about 2 years later. Yeah. And it's not my proudest moment, but it is my proudest moment in a way. It was kind of a nasty thing to do, but she did a lot of nasty stuff to me, so it was kind of revenge. I kind of just like bumped into her in a supermarket, and I had no desire to have any contact with her at all. She was evil. I couldn't stand her. And she was trying to be all friendly and charming as if nothing had happened. And I went, "Oh, yeah. You look fat," and then walked off. She's like, "Oh, you look great," and I'm like, she's trying to butter me up, and I'm like, "Oh, you look fat," and just walked away.
Oh, brilliant, evil man.
Oh well, she was wearing a big fat pink tracksuit at the time. Jesus Christ.
Oh, Vicky Pollard. But
I tried to make sure I left the little pause. You look fat. Like lots of expression in the first bit, then when you say fat, I just said fat and then walked away. And she was like, she did not expect that.
Love it.
Yeah. I mean, there was nothing but hatred there, so I didn't feel bad about doing that. Yeah. She wasn't a nice person. It turned out she was not very nice person at all. So.
Yeah, well, I better off without.
Yeah, I had a lucky escape.
Pardon
Steady
me.
Neris.
That were matron.
Oh, matron.
Karma has a wonderful way of visiting people that shite on others.
Oh yeah. Just because you can't get your own back, don't worry. The universe will sort it out for you in the wash.
Oh yes.
There's always a way. Let's have a look. Nearly 53 here, says Mew, so a bit late. Lol. I'm always on the lookout for Satan's daughter, says Adeptus. Lynn says, "Hi Eric and Cass and Kiddo. Hugs. Hope you're all good."
No.
I've got a burp building. Burp.
Oh,
it was a rubbish burp. Max says, "Ha! Wait till your age start." I'll start that again. He says, "Ha! Wait till your age starts with the 6, but has another number after the 6."
Yeah, that's when you just sit there going, "Well,
yeah." That's the fault of both parties, Foxy, says Muse. Well, exactly. She was utterly stupid and a bit thick, and he was a complete plonker, obviously. Lynn says, "That's great, fat." Oh yeah. It was all in the way I did it. I was like, "Wow, you look like so positive. I had a big beaming grin on my face because I hated her. She was like, I really despised her with every fibre of my being, but I put on this big cheesy grin and went, "Wow, you look," and she was obviously expecting me to say amazing or something like, "You look fat." Just turned around, turned on my heel and walked away and carried on looking through the vegetable aisle as if she hadn't even been there.
Brutal, but funny.
Wow, that's like the most rubbish thing I've ever seen. Bye. Gone. If I could have somehow emitted a car door slamming and driving away noise as I walked off, I would have done. Paul Di Tommaso is in. Paul, my friend, welcome.
Hello, Paul.
Now, one thing you haven't seen yet today.
Pink straw.
Dun dun da 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 da. The big pink straw.
It's kind of strangely enticing, isn't it?
The big pink straw commands you to obey. So there you go.
That's better.
Oh, Ray's back. Are you okay, guys? Hey, Ray. I think when he said
fine and dandy, Ray.
Yeah, I think when he said he was making tea, I guess he meant the drink, not the dinner.
Yeah, fine and dandy, Ray, yourself, mate.
Yeah, hope you're getting some good weather there in Malta land. Thought I'd pop in only to hear Fox calling people fat. That's not nice, says Sarah Jane. Oh no, trust me, if you met my ex, you'd be more than giving me money for that. Trust me, she was a horrible, horrible, horrible person. It turned out. It wasn't apparent at first. Obviously, I'm not a complete idiot, but yeah, she was not a nice person. So trust me, that was everything that she actually deserved. That was. I would never do that myself. Normally, I wouldn't be like that, but she deserved that. Trust me. For what
you found out the hard way that someone wasn't all they seemed.
Yeah, for what she did to me. Yeah, that was minimalistic. That was nothing. If you met her, you'd probably want to punch her too. So. Oh, is that water?
Well, it just gets annoying, doesn't it, that people go through life doing that to people. It just
yeah. That's the thing. I would never ever sit there and say to someone, "God, you look fat." I would never. That's not something I would do. I'm not like that. But she is the exception to the rule because she really did deserve everything she got. Yeah. But I kind of didn't need to do much because. Well, I didn't really need to do much because kind of the universe gave me my karmic resolution by just giving her a stupid boyfriend and a kid. So I'm like, you know what? The universe has settled my score for me. I'm quite happy with the end result there. Thank you very much. Job's a good one.
You dodged a bullet, mate. You dodged a bullet.
Now Sarah Jane thinks I'm nasty now.
No, it's one of those, isn't it? You know, don't do to people what you wouldn't want done to you, innit? You know, so.
Like I say, if you knew what she'd done to me, then yeah, what she put me through.
Unfortunately, there are people in life that do that to each other.
Yep. Yes. Big pink straw, says Lynn. Mew says new sub, Foxy. Cool. Did I miss the pop-up? Whoever subscribed, I don't, because I'm now using StreamYard for various reasons that we won't go into. Because we're now using StreamYard so we can have a two-man stream. I don't hear the little pop-up that pops up when somebody subscribes. So welcome to whoever that new subscriber was.
I do wish StreamYard would have some more of the slobs features. Because that is brilliant. Because like you say, you get an audible message.
Yeah.
And it shows up on screen, doesn't it?
Well, when I used to when I was streaming by myself and I'm just using Slobs, Streamlabs, OBS, of course I can hear all the noises that Streamlabs makes because it's just me.
Yeah.
But because I'm in StreamYard, I can only hear what StreamYard makes, and that's just Colin talking. So, unfortunately, so whoever that new subscriber was, thank you very much. I've made 3 dudes.
It's my fault.
Look,
that's all right.
I've made 3 dudes.
Oh, I'm impressed, soldier.
Yeah, it's been an hour and 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Yeah, but for you, that is remarkable.
Hang on, I've got a request. Hang on. There you go, Sarah Jane.
Dun, 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 dun,
Tiny
dun.
violin.
World's smallest violin.
Yep. She says, hi, old and nasty Foxy. Where's the violin? There's the violin. See?
Oh, poor Fox.
No.
Picking on you, mate.
Fox would miss it even if it was a pop-up on screen, says Sarah Jane. This is indeed true, though. I have to give you credit for that. You're not wrong. The only thing I wouldn't miss is if somebody put a green pot noodle right in front of me right now. I'd have to
Thing is, everyone thinks it's easy until they do streams themselves.
Yeah.
And then it's true. Yeah, it is harder than it looks.
Yeah, because it's not easy.
Not that we deliberately forget.
It's not that streaming's hard, it's that being pretty on telly is really hard, and streaming on top of that makes it even harder. Did I just say that out loud? I did, didn't I? Yes.
You did, yeah, that's...
I meant every word. D21, D22. 21 and 22.
thing is, I kind of know that. It's like, yeah, he did mean it.
Yeah, I know. 34 people watching. Don't forget to thumbs up Fox. I'd rather people didn't thumb up me, but there you go. But thumb up the channel, yes, that would be brilliant.
Yeah.
Yes, if you are watching this and you do enjoy my content, please do feel free to do a thumbs up. It does help the channel a little bit. It doesn't have a massive effect, but it does help the channel a bit. It just helps my videos get a bit more visible in the listings when people do searches. If you don't like my content, of course, taking a line from Ted here, if you don't like my content, do feel free to do a thumbs down, but make sure to press it twice to get extra effect. I love that. Ted does that.
Oh, Ted's a legend, mate.
A legend. Don't forget, of course, folks, if you'd like to keep this channel alive and make sure that I can still do this. I do this for a living. This is my job. And I know I've not been around much for the last few months because of Mama Foxx being poorly. So I'm struggling a lot at the moment because, obviously, for all the reasons. Not selling builds. I've not been building anything to sell. So if you would like to help support this channel, do please consider, if you're not one already, becoming a patron or a channel member. You can become a patron at patreon.com/modelmakingguru. Or you can become a channel member by simply pressing the join button underneath any one of my videos. Either way, you're basically keeping this channel alive. You're putting food, literally putting food on my table, because I do this for my job. So much appreciated. There is still a GoFundMe in place that Cy Reynolds and Dad set up. If you wish to do like a little one-off thing to help out, because while I'm looking after Mama Foxx, of course, I'm not doing a lot of video content, and that's my income. So that's just in the Boom Hut, the Model Makers Boom Hut group. I'll post a link to that for you for the Boom Hut group. Hang on, see if I can find the thing. There we go. I'll put that in chat. There's a link to the Model Makers Boom Hut. It's absolutely not, not obligatory. You don't have to do it at all. It's not going to let me paste now, is it? Come on. No paste. Oh. Copy. There we go. And pleased to be pasting. There we go. There we go. That's the Model Makers Boom Hut. If you'd like to help on that GoFundMe, so it's completely optional. You don't have to do that. Did that even? Yes, it did. I do need to actually shut it down. I keep forgetting to do that. So, but other than that, just make sure to like and subscribe and all the other stuff. That also helps out.
Absolutely. Good pimpage, mate.
Aye, thank you most kindly, sir. And don't forget, of course, it's not just me. Colin's got his channel as well, Festa67's Workshop. On YouTube, it's Festa67's Workshop. There's a link in the description below the video for all of these things, by the way, including Colin's channel.
Absolutely.
So make sure to spread the love. Right, what am I looking for now? Have I taken that one off that sprue? I think I have, haven't I?
You've not done your Goblin Gaming link, mate.
Oh, that's all right. I don't normally do them as they give me money.
Oh, right.
But there are links for Goblin Gaming and e-models down below in the description. And my Amazon stores, so please do feel free. Other ways to help me out. Right, I need to cut this bit off. So anyway, not asked the question, have we? Because Dad's not in chat. Big hugs to Dad, by the way. I think, is he still a bit poorly off at the minute?
Oh, yeah, he says he's got a sore back, so...
Yeah. Big hugs to Dad. He might be watching in bed, but not in chat. But seeing as Dad's not here, I shall ask the question, because I'd forgotten all about it. Bench and belly. People in chat, what's on your bench? What are you working on right now, if you haven't told us already? What are you working on right now? And what are you going to have for your dinner, or what have you had for your dinner? Tell us in the words. The words.
The wordage of magicness.
I'd have said far worse, says Muse. Yeah, I was being restrained.
Us two restrained.
Sarah Jane says, Muse, this is about me saying a bit about the fat thing. She says, Muse, best to be nice back at them and show what they missed. Unfortunately, my ex was far too stupid to have understood the implications of that. So, yeah. And I was, at that point, because I just bumped into her in a supermarket. It's like, yeah, I was just like instant wave of anger. So yeah,
brilliant.
Didn't have time to think it through, sadly.
There's a quality put down, I'll give you that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, she really was evil, and she probably still is. I don't do that kind of thing normally, but she drove me to that, so that's how bad she was. I'm nice to everybody.
And it probably felt good on a level 5 scale, mate. So
yeah, I kind of walked away, was like, oh yeah, like at that moment in time, if my life actually had a soundtrack, it'd be some badass stroller music as I just strolled out of the supermarket.
Yeah.
Then
realised, would have been MC Hammer, you can't touch this, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but then of course, because it's me, what would have happened if it was like a movie of my life? I'd say that, I'd stroll out to the badass stroll music, get in the car park and think, shit, I left my trolley in there.
Oh, if I had a movie of my life, it would have to be narrated by Morgan Freeman.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I wouldn't want a movie of my life, it's far too boring. Nothing you could make a movie about for me. Let's have a look. Max McGinn says bench painting lenses off. Painting Space Marine Blade Guard veterans. Hang on, I'll rephrase this. Punctuation people. He says painting Space Marine. Hang on, I've not got coffee. That's what. Bench painting Space Marine Blade Guard veterans belly. Because there's a comma missing. Belly currently nomming chicken nuggets and chips with baked beans on the side. Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Muse says bench Ed Roth's Mr. Gasser, belly just coffee. Nice. Sarah Jane says belly is food. And bench is never Warhammer nonsense.
Oh, bless her.
Now we do need to know the details of this. Food. SJ, you know how this works. You can't just say food. Even if you're grumpy with me and you're trying to get back at me, you can't. Just say food. Because everybody in chat wants to know what the food is. Just because I'm in the doghouse doesn't mean everybody else has to suffer. We're up to... Joseph Kelly says, agreed, Sarah Jane. Lynn says, belly blueberry muffin, bench Lego Saturn 5 and on the TV table whilst watching the show Mini Blocks Coyote.
Oh, nice.
I don't know what Mini Blocks Coyote is. Is that that Roadrunner thing?
Wild.
Oh yeah. Because she did the. Yeah, that's right. I had no contact on that. Oh yeah. I remember you showing.
It's been a while, mate. It's been a while.
Well, I remember you showing the Roadrunner on the stream, on your stream, didn't you? So. Yeah. We're up to. Panzer says, belly 6 rashers of finest Ayrshire smoked back bacon, fried to perfection, smothered in jalapeno relish and wrapped in soft white rolls. Burpage. Bench... Go on, sorry.
No, go on. I was just about to say road trip the Panzers then.
Oh, yeah. Bench, a 3D printer and the tank.
Yes.
Max says, currently on the bench I'm trying wood effects on my little Panzer tank. Belly last night's pasta with some pan-fried chicken. Ooh. Adeptus Latrina has returned. We need all the filthy details of whatever filth you've bought from Taco Bell.
Absolutely. All the gory details.
Is it really bad that whenever I think of Taco Bell, all I can think of is Demolition Man?
No,
because that's where he goes, isn't he? When they thaw him out and he goes to Taco, he goes to the one. It's Taco Bell combined with the other one. I can't remember what the other one is.
Yeah.
Sarah Jane says, Fox, I've hardly slept, so I haven't got a Scooby what I've eaten today. Okay, we'll let you off then if it's just foods. What have you eaten? I don't know, food.
I raided the fridge and that's all I had.
I mean, that rules out McDonald's if you say food, so...
Yeah.
Adeptus says, I have a bacon, egg and cheese breakfast crunch wrap and a steak, egg and cheese burrito.
Oh, nice.
I've suddenly got an urge for a steak and cheese sub foot long. I think Mama Foxx. Oh, I have some interesting news as well.
Oh, go on.
I'm quite proud of. You know, Mama Foxx has been recovering for like, you know, the last 2 or 3 months. She was very, very poorly, and she's obviously not been able to do a lot for the last few months, in many senses of the word. She actually made her first cup of tea yesterday. She made herself a cup of tea.
Oh, bless her.
Yeah, because the hospital, they've given her a couple of walking frames just so she can be, you know, up and around the house, because she's getting mobile again, but she still needs a frame a bit just for a balance. So they sent her a couple of them, but they also suggested that she have a tea trolley frame, which is basically like a slightly bigger walking frame, but it's got 4 wheels and it's got a tray on it built into it.
Oh, how cool's that?
Yeah, so it's basically like so she can make herself a brew in the kitchen and wheel it back into the front room. It's like,
have you had a go? You have, haven't you?
Oh yeah, it's great. But so she managed to. She was able to. I said it'd be really, because she wanted. Oh, we had McDonald's for tea yesterday because I was being lazy, and I got her a flurry, and I said, right, your flurry's in the fridge for later. And I went downstairs and I said, it'd be really cool, because she hasn't used the trolley yet, other than to go to the stairs. I said, it'd be really cool if you'd used your trolley to go and get your flurry from the fridge. She went, yeah, let's do that. So she went into the kitchen.
Oh, bless her.
And she got her. I said, while you're here, why don't you make yourself a brew? She went, okay.
Oh.
And the good thing is, it's got a tray on the top, but a tray on the bottom. I'm like, you could like stack it full of like your entire day's meals and just wheel it around the house. It'd be great.
Yeah. Oh, bless her heart.
I can hear noises, so I assume she's making herself a brew. I don't know. She might not be.
Well, if you need to check on her, mate, you do so.
No, it's fine. She'll be fine. I've actually got my what we call a pinger. This little thing. She presses a
Oh
button.
yeah, it's what my mum had. Yeah.
Presses a button and it bleeps if she needs me. So yeah, I was really proud of her. She made herself a brew yesterday. I'm like, yay!
Oh, good on her. It's good to see her back on her feet, mate. It really is.
She's getting there slowly. Ups and downs.
Yeah, but she's a lady of a prime vintage at the end of the day, so it's just going to take a little while to get used to things, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I think she might be creeping up the stairs to go to the loo. I can hear little creeping noises. Hello, Mama Foxx.
Hello.
I can hear you creeping up the
Hello,
stairs.
Mum. All right, my darling.
Yeah, she said hello. She can't hear because I've got my earpiece in, but yeah, she was slowly creeping up the stairs there.
No, bless her heart.
Right, so that's that one. I've got a bit of a portly belly on this fellow.
Oh, is he?
He's got a substantial gut scenario going on. Let me just glue them together and I'll show you.
Not based on me, is it?
I would not know. Well, then again, I don't know. We did see a bit, didn't we? But it was without context. I couldn't see it in context of the rest of you, so you know, it wouldn't be fair to say. There you go. How's that for a bit? I don't know if you'll see it in focus, but let's put it full screen. Hang on.
Oh, nice.
A bit of a belly on him there, hanging over his gun.
Yeah.
He's like, ooh, crack in yeah.
It's like, who's it who called me fat?
Who called me? Yeah. Do. Twisted Rail says, I have... No, he doesn't. He says, belly, sausage, bacon, eggs and potatoes, bench, Lego. Whoa. Max says, Panzer, you're killing me, bacon rolls. And Adeptus says, it's all being washed down with Baja Blast Mountain Dew. I don't know why I've glued that guy together. I haven't even put him on the base yet. Oh well, never mind. The one good thing about these pox walkers is they've all got melee weapons, so there's no barrel drillings. Are you with us?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I am. I was just looking at a piece through the magnifier of goodness so that I can make sure that... Yeah, no.
I didn't know if you were doing a thinking or something.
No, that was the quietness of concentration and magnifying glass, mate.
Did you have your tongue sticking out?
Actually, I did. Yeah. I was like, oh.
Here's a question for you and for anybody in chat, right? Especially if anybody in chat's painting little tiny miniatures like these, but painting generally. Is it just me, or is it normal when you're painting tiny details to pull like all the weird facial expressions in the world. Like to really
I do it all the time.
Squinting your eyes and like opening your mouth and sticking your tongue out and having this look like you've just smelled something nasty. Is that normal?
Yeah, perfectly normal.
Good. Because when I was trying to paint that Sister of Battle for Nim, it was like I was getting cramps in my face. I was so scrunched up trying to paint.
Yeah, I blow my cheeks out. I'm like, tongue in the corner of the cheeks.
Yep.
Strange noises.
Strange. Well, you do them anyway. I was hanging around Dad that does that.
It's the dad effect.
Sarah Jane says, I'll order an SJ special when watching IndyCar tonight. Is that a pizza? I can't remember what an SJ special is. Is it a pizza-based thing or what is it?
I think it is a pizza-based thing, if I remember rightly.
Remind us, Sarah Jane, is it a pizza-based solution, eating solution, or is it something else? I know it's a takeout solution. What I call a CBA. Can't be asked.
Yeah.
Max says, oh, how lovely to hear Mama Fox's voice. Wow, the microphone picked that up. Blimey, really.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Honestly, I turn away a little bit.
Sailor.
I'm supposed to have a good noise gate on this microphone. That's quite good then. William Rayborn says beer belly. Lynn says pot belly.
Yeah.
Sarah Jane, are you ordering panda toppings? Says Paz. What's this thing about panda lately? Have I missed something here about pandas, red pandas?
Yeah, I'm not sure what that's about.
Because I'm sure SJ put a thing about. I'm sure SJ put a thing about red panda in your chat earlier, and then just at that moment I had occasion to log into the Edge browser on my phone, and the header picture was a picture of a red panda, which was a weird coincidence.
Yeah, I had no idea, mate.
Lynn says, I have my tongue out and squinting, weird facial looks. Aeon's Car says, I barely breathe when painting small details. Yeah, I hold my breath as well. I'm like a sniper.
Yeah, and then suddenly you can't get your breath, can you? Because you've been old. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, or you're like...
I paint on an out breath. I don't know whether you do that when I'm doing detail.
Yeah,
but I'll be sat there and I've got my fingers and I'm like...
Yeah, I'll tend to take a deep breath and then breathe out, and then I'll paint them. But if it's a big, long, complicated painting bit, then it gets a bit tricky then.
Yeah.
If it's like a little detail, it's fine. But if I've got to paint it like a line, I can't hold my breath for that long.
Do you do the finger stretches?
What's that?
With the brush, you sort of stretch your fingers a bit and then grip the brush. And...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I do the thing. If you ever watch like me trying to paint tiny details on a video, it's quite funny because I'll be there and I'll be like, you'll see me with the brush and it'll be like, I'll be there and it looks like I can't see because I kind of go... Yeah. Because what I tend to do is just unconsciously kind of circle the thing I need to paint.
Yeah.
Just to get, because I haven't got because I've got an eye problem. I haven't got stereoscopic vision, so I have to kind of approach the target and line up exactly where I am.
Yeah.
I've got no idea what it's like to actually see in 3 dimensions. It's really weird.
Yeah, you got poor depth
Bye, Mama Foxx.
Yeah. See you later, darlings.
I don't think she flushed. She might have flushed. I don't know. She might not have flushed. Maybe she thinks it's too loud and the microphone will pick it. I don't know.
That's all right. That's all right.
I'll sort it out later. What was I going to say? Yeah, so
I was on about your vision.
Yeah, I've no idea what it's like to see the world in 3 dimensions. I don't have stereoscopic vision, so I think I've got something that my brain is adapted to think it's 3-dimensional vision, but it's not.
Yeah.
But I read stories about people with the same situation as me and how they've had corrective surgery, and when they actually then I read one story about a woman who had she had some corrective surgery done, and she was fine. Nothing really happened. She went home, and she said, I was doing the washing up, and it suddenly, like, my brain suddenly clicked in that it was seeing things differently, because at first it thinks it's double vision, then it goes ping, and suddenly, after like 30 odd years, I suddenly saw everything in 3 dimensions, in stereo vision. Because it's like one of my eyes, I've got a slight squint, so one of my eyes isn't quite lined up right.
Yeah.
So my brain kind of partly ignores the signal from that eye.
Yeah.
So you can get corrective surgery, but it's not really worth it.
Yeah, I had my right eye done when I was 19.
Yeah, it's too late for me now.
Because it was Marty Feldman eye, wasn't it? You know what I mean? It was...
I mean, I was in the 70s, so, the thing at that point was not surgery, it was just stick a patch on your eye and hope it gets better. It never did.
Yeah, the ocular patches, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm adapted to it now, it's absolutely fine, but it would be nice. But I think it's probably far too late for me to have that done.
Hey, never too late, mate.
Well, it's also probably far too expensive. It's not something, it's cosmetic technically, it's not medically, clinically required, so. But, you know, I'm fine. It would blow my mind to see things in 3 dimensions, but I don't really mind.
Your glasses, I take it, then they've got prism lenses.
I don't know what that means, but no, I've got...
it's lenses that basically force your eye to try to straighten up.
No.
Put it in your prescription.
No, not since I've been like 7 years old and had an eye patch. There's anything been done about it. Basically, this lens on this side is a prescription lens for the eye, because that's my good eye. The lens on this side is, for all intents and purposes, just made to look similar to the lens on that side. It's not really...
Oh, yeah, it's for cosmetic, yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, that eye does work perfectly. Like, if I close my left eye, I can see everything around me. It's perfectly fine. It's just, if I try to read words, they're not resolving.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's like I can see the words, but my brain can't quite figure out what they are. It's really weird. Yeah. Like, I can see...
it doesn't... process them correctly.
Yeah, I can see on the table, there's the violin, there's my little dude, there's my big pink straw, there's the tub full of... And it's like, everything's... But if I try and look at words, that's the weird thing. It's almost like bits missing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Strange, isn't it?
Because the brain, that part of the brain hasn't really developed to interpret the visual signal properly. Yeah. So I can see, if I close my dodgy eye, I do lose a lot of what I can see, so...
Yeah, a lot of clarity goes, doesn't it?
Well, I've got a separate signal from both eyes. It's just the left is the dominant one because it's the good one. My optician said if you ever lose your right eye, nobody cares. You'll be fine. If you ever lose your left eye, you're screwed. You can't read.
Yeah.
You can't read and you can't drive. It's weird.
Yeah, because your brain's almost trained it out, isn't it?
Yeah, but it is weird because I can look at this figure here and I can see all the details. There's the little hole there and there's all the little pock marks and the pustules. It looks fine, but if I try and read a word... It's like the words are all... I don't know, it's weird.
All gone, yeah.
It's like I can see a bit of a word and then a bit of another word. It's very strange. Anyway.
Very odd.
SJ Special is a 12-inch Mighty Meaty pizza, a 12-inch New Yorker pizza, and kebab meat and chips covered in chili sauce. Lovely. I need all of that in my face.
Road trip.
How do you eat all of that, though, and not actually die of a heart attack instantly? The panda is an in-joke on JC streams that has crossed over. Oh, okay. Panzer and Chaos were picking on Lucinda about the red pandas, which may or may not have been started by me, says Sarah Jane. Surely not you starting some sort of thing, Sarah Jane. I can't imagine you being...
Never.
I can't imagine you...
I find that difficult to believe.
I cannot see Sarah Jane being any kind of chaotic influence on anything. I refuse to believe that.
No. She's such a nice, quiet lady. I would never have thought that. Totally out of character.
Yep. There's no way that if Sarah Jane played D&D, she would be chaotic chaos. Some people would be good lawful, some people would be like bad law. She would be chaotic chaos, I think. That's me if I lose my right eye. I'm screwed. My left eye swelled up 3 times in size and brain tumorised 2, says Lynn. Oh, yeah, I remember you talking about that. I mean, it's weird that I can see out of my right eye, and it's absolutely fine. It's just... For some things, it seems a little jump. You know, if I lost my left eye, I could navigate around the world absolutely fine. You know, it wouldn't really affect me in any big way, other than, obviously, with one eye, I'd have no depth perception at all. But I can't read. It's really strange.
Strange, isn't it?
I mean, I can see words, but if you give me a word in front of me, I can read it. But if you give me a sentence, a string of words, it just kind of, it's like this. It's like, imagine taking a line of words, and then just putting a filter over the top that's got some, okay, you've got white background, black text, but then just kind of put a filter over the top of that that's got some white spots on it, but they're soft edged, so they just, like the text fades out, but then the next word fades into, it's really weird. I have no idea if that's what dyslexia is like. Maybe it is, I don't know.
Could be a form of word blindness, couldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's because I can look around and it's just little things like that. It's very strange. Twisted Rail says, Celtic Chaos, you rang? How did you know, Fox? My D&D characters are all neutral chaotic. Neutral? Never. Chaotic, chaotic. Do, 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 do. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Doors.
Doors.
Doors. Sanding, scraping, seam line removal, doors.
You got handles. Handles for doors.
Handles, door handles.
Handles for doors.
Orcs with orcs, mate.
I was trying to think of some other words where you could take the H off and have two different words, but I couldn't come up with any. Like orcs and hawks. Art and heart. There you go.
Air and air.
Air and air.
It's an airbrush. Airbrush, isn't it? Airbrush for an airbrush.
Yeah. And you got to do art from the art.
Yeah.
True art comes from the art.
Yeah. It's funny, Ellen does it to me quite a lot. I'll say something and she goes, right, can we translate a minute? I go, why is that? Now, do you mean this? Do you mean that? Or do you mean this? And I'm like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Bobbin says the number of spare windows and screws in this Enterprise build is incredible. Oh, you're doing the Eagle Moss Enterprise part work. Chris is doing that.
Nice.
It's like enormous. I saw it and I thought that looks pretty good, and then I saw Chris doing some of the wiring and thought, I'm never ever going to do that part work, not ever in the history of anything, because seriously, flock that. No.
You're not a fan of electronics, are you, mate?
I don't mind it if it's simple, but have you seen Chris's video where he's building it?
Yeah, just love it.
Nah, forget it.
Yeah, taxes the brain, mate.
Nah, it's just nonsense.
Witchcraft and tomfoolery. That's what you're
can't
saying.
they just make you put an enormous LED in the middle and it lights all of it up rather than just like 8 billion different wires? Honestly. Hell, these fluorescent tubes back in the day when they built the real filming model, you know what I mean? You don't need 500 LEDs, just give me one enormous one.
I'll get you.
Even the wiring in the Ecto 1 looks terrifying. Thankfully, the wiring in the Dodge Charger's I don't think it's going to be too bad. You basically get the headlights and the I don't know, headlights and some engine noise. I think that's about it.
That's about it. Yeah.
Panzer says, Sarah Jane, what do you mean Danielle and I started it? You described a red panda as a normal panda with tomato sauce on it. Okay.
Sounds like they're trying to throw Sarah Jane under the bus there, doesn't it?
Yeah. Bobbin says, and the wiring, holy carp, you are allowed to say crap in my chat. You can swear as much as you want in my chat, by the way, folks. Although I try not to swear too much. Live on the telly box. You guys can swear blue murder if you want in chat, by the way. Doesn't affect my advertising at all.
No.
I do an occasional swear by accident.
Yeah, we never intentionally try to fill the air with blueness, do we?
Well, apart from on Friday, because that's a late night show and that's just for fun.
Pretty much anything goes on the Friday show.
Yeah, this is professional times. I said that, didn't I? I said that with a straight face.
Yeah. I don't know whether you're feeling well or not there, mate, to be honest with you. Us too professional.
You never know. Stranger things have happened. True art is an explosion, says Eon's car. Explosion or asplosion? I like the word asplosion. Going to explode. Lynn says, my left eye is weird. I can see blurry... I don't know what that word is. Peripheral to the left. Oh, peripheral to the left, but trying to look straight. Trying to look straight is a blurry black hole. Yeah, that's that makes sense. If it's damage to the optic nerve, perhaps, or to something like that, then you can have a region of the eye that's
switched off, isn't it?
Yeah, if you've had a tumour, it could be damage to the... I mean, I don't know, I'm just guessing. That could be damage to the optic nerve, that part of it which would carry signal from the centre, or damage to the retina, or part of the rods and the cones in the eye that would give that data to your optic nerve to the brain. So... I'm assuming that. I'm not a qualified eye scientist, unfortunately.
No. Such a complex thing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I would say to people, don't take risks with your eyes. Bloody hell.
Nope. Everybody's talking about red pandas now and arguing about each other. Bobbins has just finished. Bobbins has just finished stage 30 of his enterprise.
Oh, nice.
Lynn says, "Correct, Fox, about my eye." Lucinda said there was an army of them. I just hinted that the pandas needed culling. I don't think she likes me now. The weird thing was, though, that literally seconds after Sarah Jane mentioned red pandas in your chat on your stream today, like I said, I logged into Edge to get my Microsoft points for the day, and the top cover picture was a red panda.
How strange.
It's like, I know all these algorithms can mine data to find out what you're into, but surely they can't figure out what I've just read on someone else's chat. That's ridiculous. Damn that Microsoft.
Oh, I say, Big Brother is watching us,
yeah,
mate.
Microsoft Bing is so good it knows what I hear, what I read in my brain. Slowly painting on grey primer on the waist of the Gundam, says Eon's car. Cool. Yeah, Strike Gundams are my favourite. Well, the Strike is my favourite mobile suit form factor.
Yeah.
And the Freedom...
must dig out the Kshatriya at some point.
Yeah. The Freedom Gundam is basically a Strike with lots of big massive wings, basically, which is even cooler. But the Strike is by far my favourite mobile suit form factor. I mean Gundam form factor. Zaku is my favourite mobile suit. But that Kshatriya of yours, that's going to be... I've done 3 more dudes.
I know, I've been watching that. I am impressed, mate. What is all this multiple dudeness that you're suddenly doing? It is scary.
It's called Poxwalkers having 2 parts each.
Ah, there's me thinking that you was doing really well.
No, it's like entire body, head.
Damn,
I'm
there's
big
me
enough.
lording you up.
I'm big enough and hairy arse enough to admit when I've got an easy job of it. Excuse me. Question, what would you do, asks Paul Di Tommaso. Question, what would you do if your eye popped out of its socket after sneezing? I think something
Put
else
it back in.
I think something else would pop out after sneezing at the same time if my eye popped out. Quite possibly in the seating area, perhaps something would pop out. And require a change of clothing, perhaps. Yes, that'd be weird, wouldn't it?
Yeah, just pop it back in, wouldn't it?
Oh, God, I don't even want to think about it. Let's not even discuss this any further because... When I used to work many, many years ago, one of the few jobs that I actually enjoyed and felt like I had a valuable job that was doing something, wasn't just a crappy call centre job, even though it was a call centre job, was I used to work for a social alarm provider.
Oh, right, yeah.
Which was basically, it was a chain of like retirement homes, care homes for the elderly. Not just sheltered housing, let's say.
Yeah.
And they had all the pull cords in the rooms and stuff. And the idea is if one of the tenants pulled the cord, of course it would come through to us and we'd answer the call.
Yeah.
And it could be anything from asking for the warden, it could be asking for an ambulance, it could just they pulled it by mistake. It could be any number of things. It was 24-hour manned.
Yeah.
And it was great because, you were doing something valuable, or I felt I was doing something valuable, helping these people all across the country. But I'll never forget once elderly lady pulled the cord at like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And she said something, and I'm like, I'm sorry, love, I can't quite tell what you're saying. I wouldn't have said love because we weren't supposed to call them that. We did anyway because they're old and they kind of liked it.
Yeah, they like that, don't they?
Yeah. And I really was struggling to hear what she said, but after about 20 seconds, it suddenly realised what she was saying. She was saying, "I've dislocated my jaw."
Oh,
She'd sneezed, and obviously she was like really old. She'd sneezed or something, and basically just popped her jaw out. It was like, oh. She was quite matter of fact. She said, "Yeah, I've done it before. Don't worry about it."
Oh, bless her.
So I said, "I'll get the ambulance off to you." She said, "Oh, okay." Bless her. I was like, and I sat there thinking, every time I do a big yawn now, even to this day, I do a big yawn. I'm like, la 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 la.
You sit there and you hold your jaw, don't you, just in case it falls off.
Yeah. But that was one of my rare jobs where I actually enjoyed my job, and felt that I was doing something good. Because we were the point that we were people that called the ambulance or the warden or the family or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So and there are a few people who abuse the pull cord system, but you just get used to those.
Yes.
There was one poor guy, who he was probably in his 40s. But he was living in this sheltered housing. And for those outside the UK that don't know, sheltered housing is basically, imagine you have like an apartment, but it's in a complex, but there's like a warden who looks after everybody, and there's probably like a nursing staff. So it's mostly for old folks.
It's a bit like an American apartment complex with a caretaker, isn't it? Almost?
Yeah, it's like a retirement home, but you all get your own apartments. Anyway, but they have to buy them or rent them. They have to sell the house and move into them. So they've got it's lots of apartments, but they've got communal areas and there's medical staff and things like that. But they have these pull cord systems, and they're in every room. So if they fall, they have a pendant and this stuff, and it goes through to us in this call centre. And it was just nice. There were like 50 or I think 60 or 70 of these different care homes all around the UK. But this guy, he was probably in his 40s, I think. And most of the people there were like elderly. But this guy was in his 40s. And I think what we found out was because we'd speak to the warden, we had relationships with the wardens. He'd been happily married and had a family and stuff, but he had like a series of massive strokes.
Yeah.
That rendered him very, very incredibly dependent and wheelchair bound. Limited his mobility, but they also, because there was brain damage, they completely changed his personality as well. And he became very, I can't really explain it, he became very, not needy, but almost slightly childlike in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But he would pull the cord all the time. But he would do things like, because basically it got to the point where he got so demanding, and it wasn't his fault, bless him, but he got so demanding that his family just, there was a note on his account saying, don't call his family. Because they just don't, they can't, they used to get called out all the time, and at the end of it, they're like, we just can't do it anymore. I think his wife divorced him and they just moved away. They couldn't cope with it. He said, don't call the family and don't call the ambulance unless the warden confirms it's an ambulance needed. Because he'd many times a day, he would literally push himself out of his chair to pull the cord and ask for an ambulance. And it got to the point where the ambulance crews refused to attend.
Yeah. Almost like a very sort of attention-seeking one,
Yeah, but it got to the point where there was literally a note saying, "Do not call." His family members were listed on the account, but it was like, "Don't call his family; they don't want to know."
Yeah,
his wife and kids, because it messed him up.
Sad, isn't it?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, we were doing a good job. I do miss that job. I did it for a few years, and it was after years of doing crappy call centre jobs for telecoms companies, doing bill inquiries and answering fault line calls.
Yeah, it sounds quite fulfilling, actually. It was.
I mean, a lot of the times, I'd say, the majority of the calls were accidental pulls.
Yeah.
And you just have a good laugh with the tenant. Often they're like older people, anyway. So you'd be like, "Oh, don't worry about it, love you, blah blah," and you'd have a good laugh with them. So.
Oh, bless them.
Yeah, you got tough calls as well. You got the obvious tough calls where
the obvious one, yeah. Sad, it really is, isn't it?
Yeah, there was one little guy once who pulled the cord, and he had the tiniest of voices. He just said, "I can't. My wife won't wake up."
Oh,
it was quite sad.
Yeah, it is. It's sad when happens to us all, doesn't it?
Yeah, but then it was also quite nice because you talked to them about the place they were living and the people that in the other apartments and how the warden was, and they were like, without many exceptions, they were all like, it's really nice. You know, the warden's really nice. Everybody's looking after us. It's really good. So you were doing something good. You developed a relationship with some of the regulars as well. But one thing you learned is that from 5 to 7 a.m. is falling out of bedtime.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's like if you're on the night shift, because it was so good. The night shift was basically, this is about 2001. I would basically go into work with my Xbox.
Yeah.
They had a little portable TV on a trolley, so basically there'd only be 2 of us in because nothing would happen really. We'd sit there, and for a while I'd get my Xbox and just play Halo.
Oh.
Because you get like a handful of calls through the night.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
one of you,
asleep,
I'd play Halo. The other guy would just sleep.
Yeah.
Or doze. Because when somebody pulled the cord and it alarmed at our end, it was so loud. You know, if you were fast asleep, you'd wake up. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like you'd get to about midnight and everybody's gone to bed by that point. So you'd get a handful of calls maybe. But then about 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, maybe 7 o'clock, you'd start getting the calls where they'd woken up to go for a wee and fallen out of bed. And like 99% of the time they were fine. They just needed the warden to go and help them up.
Yeah. Laying on the deck there because they fell out of bed, bless them.
Yeah. And they're always like really apologetic. It's like, don't be daft. And then most of them would be laughing about it. They'd be like, yeah, I've fallen out of bed because I'm an old git and I'm so embarrassed. I'm like, don't worry about it. Yeah, I miss that job. That was one job I enjoyed. Do. People are still talking about red pandas. Max says, Paul Di Tommaso, ambulance now, please. I've eaten guinea pig pans and niece wouldn't speak to me for months. They bred for eating and bigger than the pet variety. Very nice they are too. Yummy, says Sarah J. Sounds rather tasty.
It does.
Paul Di Tommaso going on about the if your eye popped out. Because he said, what would you do? And that's why Max says ambulance now. He says it'd be really weird. You could see what's in front of you and what's on the floor.
Yeah, it'd be cool, wouldn't it? We need to get out more, don't we?
Yeah. It always amazes me when I see like one of the pigeons or something on the fence in the garden. Because what a lot of people don't realise, it's not intuitively common sense, is that when a bird like a pigeon is looking straight at you, they're not actually looking at you at all.
Oh, right.
Because their eyes, they're herbivores, their eyes are to the side.
Yes.
So if a pigeon looks at you, it's actually looking to the left and to the right.
I think, is it a rabbit that's got pretty much 180-degree vision or something?
Something like that. As prey.
Because of the shape of its skull, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of prey animals. That's why, carnivores have stereoscopic forward-looking vision, and herbivores and prey animals tend to have sideways-looking vision for security. But it's like, just try and think what it's like if you could see to your left and to your right, but not straight ahead. How weird would that be?
It would be mightily strange, wouldn't it?
Yeah, like to look at that, if I was a pigeon, I'd have to put my face sideways to look at it. But I'd also be looking at the ceiling up there. So I was watching this pigeon the other day, and I was trying to figure out what the world must look like, and I really couldn't get my brain around it. I'm like, I don't. How can you fly? Imagine flying forward at 45 miles an hour, but you don't actually know what's in front of you. That's like the stupidest design ever.
It is. It's just, Don't make sense, does it, when you say it like that?
Well, it makes sense when you're on the ground and you don't want to get caught by a cat, but when you're flying forward towards a tree and you can't see it, probably why they're so crap at landing on things, I guess.
Yeah. That's why they don't get out your way when you're driving down the road.
Spong, ow.
It's like, there was a pigeon
there. People still talking about pandas. I'm just leaving the panda conversation to itself. I think I don't know enough about it to get involved.
It's like, okay.
Although I also think I know enough about it to know to just leave it well enough alone. I shall not take side in the great panda wars of red panda wars.
It'll only end badly for us two.
Yeah, it'll end up being basically my fault somehow. Even though I've not been involved.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, you're probably right there, mate.
Yeah.
That's normally what happens, isn't it? It tends to be your fault.
Basically, if I get involved in the Red Panda conversation, you'll get your arse kicked for fiddling with the buttons on the washing machine. That's how bad it will be.
Yeah. Try not to knock your camera, Cole.
Yeah, don't knock your camera, Cole. Max says, owls are incredible, almost 360-degree vision, night or day. They have really mobile heads and almost silent flight feathers as well. The flight feathers, the feathers on the wings mean that a lot of, especially barn owls, are almost silent when they fly. I remember watching a program once where the guy set up a microphone and he had an owl. It was like a tame owl, and he got it to fly over the microphone towards the camera, back and forth. And he said it's a really sensitive microphone. You can hear all kinds of stuff. And you could hear little insects and stuff moving about. It was that good a microphone. So he put it on this little stand, and the owl flew over it, like literally about a few inches over this microphone. It was absolute silence. You think you'd hear like, but no, it was absolute silence. He says that's deliberate. It's because that's how they hunt. I mean, we have swifts that live in our eaves, and in the summer the swifts fly around our house and these houses here, like in big gangs, and they can be 20 foot above, and you can hear as they go past. Yeah, because they're like little rockets. But owls, especially barn owls, I think it is, can be like absolutely silent.
Stealthy, aren't they?
Yeah, or just because of the way the feathers are on the wing. It's amazing. Fox, we have to talk about something when you're waffling. Even Colin can't get a word in. I shall hand over to Colin to talk for a bit. Over to you, my friend.
No, I don't want to.
Too late. Yeah, that's what people.
Why are they picking on you?
That's what people don't realise, is that Colin's quite happy to sit there and not say much, because I'm doing all the work. He's quite happy, thank you very much.
It's rest for me. I don't stop waffling on my own streams, do I?
No.
So it's just like, yeah.
To Colin, he's like, I get my most work done when I'm on a stream with Fox.
No, I don't mind it, honestly. It's your show, mate.
It's our show.
Your channel.
No, it's our. It is a good point. It's our show, and I do a lot of the talking when I shouldn't. So I shall.
No, it's all right, mate.
I shall let you talk about something.
Oh, bless you. Max says whispering death for Mrs. Fox. Yeah.
Oh, for Mrs.
Sarah Jane says there's a first warning for Paul for mentioning unmentionable film franchise. What's that then?
Paul Di Tommaso, a couple of comments up.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Why is it unmentionable then?
It's Sarah Jane, isn't it? She doesn't like anything that we like.
She was telling me off for doing Warhammer nonsense, and I said, well, I do other things as well as Warhammer.
Yeah.
But for me, this just is something, an additional thing for the channel, isn't it? You know, it's a new skill, new techniques. You know, it's not going to take over what I do.
Oh, it will.
As much as
it will.
As much as Fox wants it to, but
it will.
Yeah, I do other builds. You know, I've got my ball tank on the go and bits and bobs. So
what you'll see is the quality of the other builds goes down as he sits there going, I want to build a Warhammer now. This is rubbish, this tank. I don't want to build this tank. I want to build this Warhammer. No, Paul says, okay, what do you think of the new Star Wars shows that are out and coming up? That's the forbidden franchise for Sarah Jane.
I have only watched the 3 original films and none of the others, so I wouldn't know, mate. I'm not an expert on it.
You've not got Disney Plus, have you?
No.
I take it you haven't watched that. No. I love pretty much all of them. All the TV shows, let's just specify that. Not movies, we're doing TV shows. They're all great. Love The Mandalorian. I love Clone Wars animated series. I love Rebels. I hated the one that came after Rebels, the one with the pilots, that's whatever it was called. It only lasted one season. That was drivel. That was rubbish. Yeah, it's all good. Looking forward to Obi-Wan Kenobi, or whatever it's going to be called. Obi-Wan.
See, am I wrong for being the only person that thinks that franchise has been done to death now?
Well, no. Because, no, you're not wrong for thinking that. But it's... in terms of the movies, I think it's a big wide universe. There's a lot of movies and things they could make out of it that don't go anywhere near Luke Skywalker and Han Solo and Princess Leia. That's done now. That saga's completed now. But there's so much else you could do in that universe that doesn't go anywhere near that. There's tons to do. But in terms of the TV series and stuff, I mean, even if it wasn't Star Wars, things like The Mandalorian, even if it wasn't Star Wars, it would still just be great TV. It's a great series. It's almost incidental that it happens to be in a Star Wars setting, almost.
I think the franchise itself has been so sort of overdone. It's like, really? Can't they think of anything original? Or am I just been a wibbly old git?
I think you've been a wibbly old git. Well, don't forget that if you've only seen like the first 3 films, and you're aware of the films that followed it, they all do kind of take place in the same setting, in the same scenario. Yeah. So that makes sense. Your viewpoint makes sense. But with some of the other stuff that's come out, like the series and stuff, that kind of expands it into the rest, because there's a whole galaxy of stories that quite literally is set in a galaxy. So there's loads of stuff they could do that doesn't involve Jedi and all that kind of. I think it'd be good if they started moving away from the period that we all know, and either move away from the Jedi and dark side stuff and go for like everyday people kind of stories. Yeah, that'd be good. And move away from the Empire and the Rebellion scenario and go to future or past. That'd be good. There's lots of things you could do that doesn't have to always involve Jedi and Sith. Jedi. Execute Order 66. Colin, you need to watch Rogue One if you Star Wars. But yeah, Rogue One's quite good. No magical powers in there. Sarah
Jane says this live stream has turned to crap very well, very quickly. Yeah.
Because she doesn't like Star Wars. And
she says, keep it going, Cole, you're doing well. Yeah. I'm on your good books.
She doesn't like Star Wars. She doesn't like Warhammer. I don't know. What sci-fi would you watch, Sarah Jane, if you watch sci-fi, if any?
She's going to say none because she doesn't like sci-fi, no doubt.
Nah. La 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 la. Well said, Colin. Have a cookie, said Sarah Jane.
Yeah, she will get points if she turns around and says Space 1999.
Oh yeah, or other good franchises. A few people have said to watch Rogue One. I'd recommend Rogue One. It's quite a good movie, that. In terms of the movies, yes, watch the first 3, 4, 5 and 6. Absolutely, that's required. 1, 2 and 3, don't even bother. 7, 8 and 9, they're alright. You don't have to watch them, but they're alright. But in terms of TV series, yeah, TV series are great. Clone Wars, Rebels, Bad Batch, all good. All good.
You are talking to the bloke who still hasn't got past season 5 of DS9 yet.
You've not got past episode 5 of DS9 yet. Never mind season 5. You've not even got past episode 5 in season 1.
Exactly. I'm still season 1, episode 5. You know what's going to happen. I'm going to have to binge watch them, aren't I, whilst I'm recovering.
Well, I need to point out that Colin hasn't watched past episode 5, season 1 of Deep Space Nine, and he has the box set of every season. Yeah, it's not just that he hasn't watched them, and he's bought the whole box set, and he hasn't watched them.
I know, sad, isn't I?
I mean, I've got the whole box set of Stargate, and I've watched that like twice. Sarah Jane would like a NASCAR sci-fi series, says Panzer Koenig. I like sci-fi, just not crap like Star Wars or Trek, blooming rubbish. Why, though? Why is it rubbish? It's classic sci-fi. It's good sci-fi. It's just a different type of sci-fi. Do you mean mainstream sci-fi?
Yeah.
Is it because it's nerdy? Is that why? Is this an anti-nerd thing, do you think?
Please be aware I'm smiling heartily when I'm saying all this, by the way. could be, you know. Is it she's a Buck Rogers fan, that type of thing, or Battlestar Galactica? Or... I know.
Well,
I swore. Sorry.
Old Battlestar Galactica. That was for old Battlestar Galactica, not modern Battlestar Galactica. Rise Dam says, Colin, I unfriend you, lol. I think that's because you've only watched up to episode 5.
Oh, don't be like this, Josh. That's just not fair. Sarah Jane, can you deal with Josh?
Ray's off. He says, bye, my friend. See you. Take care, Ray. Thanks for stopping by.
Hello, Ray.
Take care, buddy. Fox, it's classic crap, you mean. Crap is crap. Star Trek and Star Wars are not crap. They're good. It's good stuff.
Going for it.
Not going to get a rise out of me. Oh, where's the arm go? Oh, there it goes. Hey, but different people like different things.
Absolutely. Life is all about choices.
Yeah. Sometimes they're wrong, but they like different things.
Building all these turrets of goodness.
Turrets.
So we're going to have...
Hang on, let me put you on full screen so you can show people. Hang on. If you're planning stuff.
Everything is going on there.
I've put you on big fat full screen so you can show people what you're planning.
Oh, I'm just working out how I'm going to get everything onto the one model.
Very well, thank you.
There's options, isn't there? You can have the double one.
Double whammy.
Or you can have that. Well, I'm just going to put...
all of it.
Think on it.
You're just going to put all of it. Yeah, when Colin's deciding how to do stuff, it's not how to do it, it's more just how to do it all in the same space at the same time.
Yeah, it will basically have everything that's in the box on that vehicle.
Basically,
plus additional extras like roller of spikiness.
Yeah, when it comes to model building and Colin's custom builds, basically Col is a physicist. He's a quantum physicist. Mm-hmm. Because he's trying to figure out how to make two different things occupy the same space at the same time. Yeah. A classic quantum physics proposition.
And of course, it's Orc. If I can think it works and believe it works, it will.
Yeah, well, it will because you believe it works.
Absolutely.
That's the psycho power of Orcs, you see.
So in my brain, what there is of it, this is going to have everything in the boxes. That's the challenge.
Everything in the box, and then many things that aren't in the box.
Yeah, you get everything in the box on the model, and then you hunt for greebles as additional extras.
Risedom says, Colin, Sarah and me are cool. Nice try, dude. And Sarah Jane says, woohoo, I'm cool. We still actually didn't find out what sci-fi Sarah Jane likes. She just said sci-fi that's not Star Trek and Star Wars. So she hasn't. If she says like Twilight and stuff, then yeah, that'll be pointing and laughing time.
The galaxy.
That's acceptable.
Doctor Who.
That's acceptable. More than acceptable.
So she could be into that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Paul Di Tommaso says, let's change subjects. How about horror/thriller films?
You've still got me full screen, buddy.
Oh, sorry. La 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 la. There we go. What about horror?
Got to have you on the camera, dear. Got to have you on camera.
Yeah. What about you for horror and thrillers then, Cole? I can't stand horror films. They bore me senseless, so I don't have any liking of horror films.
I used to watch them. Probably the last horror film I watched was Bram Stoker's Dracula, but again, another thing that's been done to death, innit?
Yeah. Well, it is public domain franchise. They'll do that until the cows come home.
Yeah, I mean, my film choices, my all-time favourite films are Shawshank Redemption and Goodfellas.
Oh, yeah.
I just like them two films. You know, and yeah. Green Mile, that's another good film that I like.
Dead Man Walking. Dead Man Walking.
Yeah, Heat, that's another one.
Never seen Heat.
Not something I want to eat, but eat.
I've built 3 more dudes.
Even worse.
Built 3 more dudes.
You ain't.
I have.
Damn, I feel ashamed. I've only done a few. Well, I say done a few bits.
Look at that so far. Look.
Oh, mate. Oh, yeah.
That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 46, 8. That's only 18 parts there. Go on, sorry, anyway, yes. Talk about films.
I've had a slow day, but yeah, Eat with Robert De Niro and Al Pacino.
Eat.
Can't think of any more, really.
See, I've never liked horror films. I find them utterly boring. They don't interest me at all. I just sit there going, can I get another hot dog now? But thrillers, I don't really know what you class as. The thriller's a difficult one. Because the thriller could be anything. It could be anything from, like you say, The Shawshank Redemption to 2001 could be technically a little bit of a thriller. Or to offer. So I don't know. Thrillers is a bit of a generic term, I think. If you mean like a film with a bit of action in it, but not a mindless action movie, then I don't mind. I like thrillers, like the best man, like the rest of us. But horror films, no, horror bores me senseless.
Yeah, it's not like it was, is it? The horror films, I mean,
never liked them.
I like some of the really old classics. Don't get me wrong, the original Bela Lugosi's and that sort of thing. But Metropolis as well, Fritz Lang. I do like that film.
Is that a horror? Or is that I suppose it's
kind of fantasy.
Yeah, it's not a horror. It's more like a dark gothic thriller.
Yeah, it's
dystopian
film noir fantasy type thing. Dystopia. Yeah.
I don't know why I find horror so boring. I sit there and I go, oh look, this camera angle suggests that this is about. Oh look, there's the guy in the wheelchair. Oh yeah, boring.
Well, normally the clue's in the music, in it. So the music's gone a bit psycho, isn't it? It's like
it just does nothing for me. Horror, I just find it boring. I don't know why. I just always have. Do you want to watch this film? No, not really. No, thanks.
Yeah. No, it's.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I think just as we've got older, you get fussier with what you watch, don't you?
Yeah. I think it's just because, like with sci-fi, I can suspend disbelief, and with a good thriller or something else, a good story on a movie, I can get involved in it and suspend disbelief, and get attached to the characters. When it comes to a horror film, though, it's just so ridiculous that it's like it's an actor playing a part. I can't get an emotional connection to it. But I've got Green Mile and what do you call it? Shawshank Redemption.
I just love them films.
Yeah. Is that your little desk hoot? Oh yeah, look at that. I keep meaning to get one of them. I keep forgetting to do it.
Brilliant, isn't they?
Oh yeah. It's like Shawshank Redemption is it like the only Stephen King book that ever came out as a good film? Because most of them tend to be terrible.
Yeah, I'd say so, mate.
Because I think purely because it wasn't actually horror. Really,
it was. I don't know. It's just one of them films that I can sit and watch over and over again because I just love the way it was made and. Yeah.
It's ironic though that for Stephen King, who is known as a classic horror author. Every single one of his films based on a horror book has been terrible, but yet the one book that actually made into a good film was completely not horror but a thriller. It's like,
it's really well made. I love it.
I used to love Stephen King. I used to read Stephen King all the time, but he got a bit crap after a while.
Oh, it's like anything; they all seem to go down that road, don't they? Where they know something's going to make them money or sell well, so they kind of. I don't know, they sell out almost, don't they?
Yeah. But thrillers, I'll take a thriller anytime. I like something. It's like TV shows. I don't really have a preferred genre, but if it's got an ensemble cast and it's a good cast and it's got a little bit of humour to it, perhaps, then I'll be in for it. Which is why I like things like, I'll love things like Bones or House or Elementary or.
Oh, I love House, yeah.
Because it's not so much about what the series. Look at my camera. It's not that the series is about anything in particular. Bones is a crime comedy crime drama, and House is medical drama, and
King of the Lab.
Yeah, but it's the ensemble cast and the characterizations and the act and the way they're written. That's what I love. Anything with big Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I've really enjoyed. Partly because of the cast, not because of the actual. I will express surprise openly because I've always hated I'm not a big comic book guy, and
Yeah.
I've never really liked Marvel. I always hated the art style of Marvel and the really sort of chippy choppy kind of writing. I used to hate it. So I've never had an interest in Marvel comics. But then, when the movie started, I really got into the MCU side of it, to the point now that I'm seriously considering. I was gifted a year of Disney Plus, and I can barely afford it myself, but I'm considering subscribing to it just to keep the Marvel stuff, because I'm really enjoying the non-comic form of Marvel. It's like I've really fallen for it, even though I've got no interest in the comic side of it at all.
Yeah, but the films,
the films and the TV series and stuff. I've just started watching Agent Carter. Only 2 seasons of that. I've finished S.H.I.E.L.D. now, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Well, they've got quite a large back catalogue of stuff that they can still bring in as film and TV shows, haven't they? So.
Oh, yeah. So now I'm really... I surprised myself with the Marvel stuff, because I'm not into, like, superhero. I just find that all complete nonsense. Caped superhero magical nonsense. This is rubbish to me. But the MCU movies and TV shows, I've really fallen for them. I don't know why. So a leopard can change its spots.
But if you was a superhero, would you have a mask or a cape?
Both.
Given the choice.
Oh, we'd have to have a mask to have your secret identity. But you should really have a cape as well. No capes!
Yeah. You'd want to fly, wouldn't you? What would your magic secret power be then, or special power?
The ability to
would
eat.
It be invisibility or
eat anything? No, I don't know actually. That's one of the questions that comes up all the time, and it's like I don't know. I don't know what superpower would be.
I'd want to be able to fly.
So you wouldn't have to have a superpower. How about my superpower would be being a multi-billionaire, so I can afford all the gadgets like Batman, who has no superpowers?
Yeah, I would. I would have to have the ability to fly so that my cape could billow. Or have a billowy cape.
I'd either have to have a billowy cape or a billowy greatcoat.
Greatcoat with the collar folded up.
Yep. Because that takes you out of the superhuman type stuff and just makes you like the Batman style. Because if you think about it, this is a weird thing to say, but Batman is basically a detective noir thriller.
Yes.
Proper Batman is detective noir. It's not, or not really noir, but it's a detective thriller. It's not superhero stuff. Batman's a detective, so
yeah.
So yeah, so you'd either have a cloak or a greatcoat.
Yeah, you'd have to have something that makes you look suave, windswept, and interesting.
You need something that billows, basically, is the important thing. I mean, my big disappointment in life is that I am a lover of greatcoats, and I have owned many greatcoats over the years. And right now, my current greatcoat of choice is a 1980s French army greatcoat with brass buttons that dead bright. It's in perfect condition. I've had it for a few years. It's perfect condition. It's all long and green. But my big disappointment is that the dawning reality when you get into greatcoats, that in real life you don't get all that billowing going on. Because in real life, greatcoats are made out of things like wool. And they have thick linings, whereas on telly and on film, they're made out of thin material specifically so they can billow. Like, a fun little fact, if you watch Doctor Who, Captain Jack Harkness has an RAF greatcoat. I had an RAF greatcoat, a real World War II one. And they are made of the thickest wool you can imagine, and they don't move hardly at all.
Right.
They're like it's like so thick. They do billow in a good strong gust, but not like proper like dramatic moment Captain Jack Harkness style. But I found out apparently that when they were filming, when they came up with his character, they actually started off with a proper RAF wool greatcoat for him, but he's allergic to wool. The actor's allergic to the wool. It gave him rashes, so they had to make one out of something else that looks like a big thick wool greatcoat, but it's not. It's all lightweight.
Yeah.
So that's why Captain Jack's coat can billow all over the place, because it's actually really thin. And I'm like, oh, mine never does that. Why does mine look... Oh. Yeah. Greatcoats are great. You do find yourself walking along the road wishing you're walking into the wind, though, to get maximum billow.
Oh, right, yeah. You've got to have a bit of distinguished billow in there.
Yeah, I will admit, from time to time in my youth, having had to walk from A to B and actually planning the journey so I knew I was walking into the prevailing wind as much as possible.
Why does that not surprise me?
Because walking with a greatcoat with the wind behind you, it just looks dumb. Whereas with the wind in front of you, yeah, you're billowing. You're commanding some presence. Let's have a look at chat anyway. Do you want to do the chat for a bit? Or shall I do the chat?
Yeah, I'll have a bit of readout for you, mate.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
Because I don't want Sarah Jane complaining that I'm talking again all the time.
Rysdom saying Marvel stuff is way better than DC when it comes to movies and series.
Oh yeah, absolutely. DC stuff's terrible.
Absolutely. Sarah Jane saying to Lynn, it's an old black and white film which makes the suspense scarier. No gore or anything.
What's that?
The Cat and the Canary with Bob Hope.
Oh yeah.
Scared the bejesus out of her.
Oh, Edward Allen's in, by the way. I just spotted.
Hello, Edward. Hello, mate. Max got a good one, which I must admit was a good film. Christine.
Oh yeah.
It's a different kind of horror. It was the possessed car. Yeah. Cunningham, wasn't it? I think it was.
I think so. I mean,
Arnie Cunningham, wasn't it? Arnie. Yeah.
I mean, I started reading Stephen King like in the early 80s when I was like just starting to become a teenager. So I've kind of read all them. I read up to the Black Tower, whatever it's called, and after that I gave up. When he did the Dark Tower or the Black Tower with Whitley Strieber, I think it was, and that was garbage. I got halfway through it and gave up, and I never read Stephen King after that. Everything before that I've read.
It's a film I'll have to get back into and have a rewatch. Max says it's probably the only horror film he's actually enjoyed. Yeah.
Although
Sarah Jane says, go on.
I would say Christine was all right, but you know what's better than Christine?
Go on.
The Duel. Or Duel.
Dennis Weaver.
Steven Spielberg. The Truck and the Car.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a thriller horror. That's kind of a horror in a way. That's a good possessed car film.
There was another one called The Car, wasn't there?
I think so.
As well. I remember seeing when I was a lot younger.
Yeah.
Sarah Jane says the film missed a few things, as tends to happen. It's what you don't see that's the scary part. Well, this is the thing, innit? It allows your mind to think, and both of us could watch the same film, but we've both got a completely different image of the perpetrator or whatever.
Yeah.
Paul Di Tommaso says he also enjoys the mystery and treasure hunting films. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you're on about things like, what was it? National Treasure with Nicolas Cage, wasn't it? Films like that. Panther says, I don't know about that, Fox. I bet Dad could make a great coat billow. I think he could actually, yeah.
Dad could make a street light billow.
Yes.
Dad could
Sarah Jane says her favourite horror film is Dog Soldiers. What a brilliant laugh of British humour. Not seen it, Sarah Jane.
I'm aware of it. Never actually seen it though. It's like a low budget British horror film, wasn't it? It was like a it wasn't like a big Hollywood, but it was like a low budget thing.
Lynn Dipple says she likes Jewel. Absolutely.
Jewel's great. Jewel's a classic. It was Steven Spielberg's first film, I think. First motion picture. I think
it was, yeah.
Yeah. And I can't remember the actor's name, but yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. And we'll never know, was there somebody in that truck or not?
Exactly.
It's never explained, and that's the best way for it to be. Never explained.
It was just one of them films, wasn't it?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it was, yeah.
More questions.
I mean, for the era it was made.
Well, this is the thing I've always said about like some films. I'm always a big fan of simplicity. So if I've got a choice between, say, some modern multi-million blockbuster thriller or something like All the President's Men.
Yeah.
Which is walking around and talking, or Capricorn 1, in which not a lot happens, or Silent Running, in which even less happens, I would take one of those 3 films. It's that kind of era of 70s films where they get an hour and a half of film where not a lot happens in a film if you break it down, but it's engrossing and enthralling, and they don't need a billion.
Capricorn 1 was quite controversial, wasn't it? Because it was, a lot of people was like, well, it's dismissing the moon landings, wasn't it? And it was and it wasn't, you know. It was just saying this scenario could happen if people were inclined to go that way.
Yeah, it was playing on the conspiracy theories at the time.
Yes,
it probably fueled a lot of the conspiracy theories as well. But another one of those films where if you actually break it down, though, not a lot actually happens, and there's like maybe 3 different sets. There's like in the room at the start. There's in the capsule. There's the one in the dead. It's like if that was a modern film, there'd be like 25 minutes of complicated CGI sections with hundreds of things happening on screen at once, and it's like, no, just keep it simple, stupid. I like that.
And the thing is, if they remade it and used a load of CGI, I think you would lose the film. Yeah.
It's like, there's that film Black September, which had the bombs in the football stadiums and things like that, which was that was a thriller.
Yeah.
Things where it was really simple. It was all about the acting and the writing and the characters, and it was great. Those kind of films, you don't get them anymore. Not really.
No.
Because now, if they can, if they can do some with CGI, they'll do it, and when they don't need to.
Some of the CGI is so shonky lately and all, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Anyway, carry on. Sorry, I was reading the chat there, distracting you.
No, that's all right. Apparently, Steve Bobbins 9000 says Stephen King's son's a damn good author.
Never. Didn't even know he had a son. There you go.
Our dad's doing better, I hope. Yeah, I messaged him, but he hasn't replied, so I can only assume he's sleeping. Sarah Jane says you've got to see it. Absolutely brilliant squaddy humour. You'll have a great watch. I'll have a looky-loo, Sarah Jane. Lynn Dipple says, Dennis Weaver drove the car. Used to play McLeod, didn't he?
Yeah, Dennis Weaver, that's it. I knew his name, I just couldn't remember it.
Yeah, Dennis Weaver. Had you have been listening at the time, I did say that. But
did you say that? Oh, sorry, mate.
Yeah,
no, you did say it. I didn't think it clicked in when you said it that it was.
Yeah, he was fully fledged in Fox mode. Joseph Kelly says the Cat and Canary. Yeah, he said Usher, Sweet Charlie. Again, not seen it. The Haunting with an H. The old comedies like Arsenic and Old Lace and The Lady Killers are scarier than what they make now.
Yeah.
William Rayborn says if you want to see a locally made film, look up A Stack with an H. He says I know most of the actors in it. The serial killer is one of his best friends. Oh, really?
Yeah, cool. Who said that?
William Rayborn.
Oh, cool.
Nah, it's Jack caught up.
Yeah. I used to detail the car for the guy who provided some of the dogs for Game of Thrones.
Oh, really?
There was a couple of large mastiffy type dogs at one point that were used to kill someone, and I used to detail the guy's car that owned them.
Bloody hell, small world, eh?
Yeah.
I'll cut you, with your celebrity circles.
Oh no, he's just a bloke that had these 2 dogs, and they said, "Can we use your dogs?" Yeah, cool.
Well, you made it sound a lot cooler.
Yeah, and it's all in the PR, mate. You'll learn this as you develop your pimping and PR skills.
I don't think I've done too bad the last week.
No, you've done well.
There's room for improvement.
Yeah. It's learning that fine line between telling the truth but maybe just embellishing it, perhaps, to make it sound a lot better than it is.
Yeah. Yeah, and I also need to probably put 3 or 4, instead of doing 3 or 4 words, just, Yeah. I normally go, this is what I've made.
Yep. Or putting a link to a live stream that says, come and join us.
Live.
Yeah, you're missing out like things like why and when.
Yeah.
I think you did one last week and it's like, what time is it? What day is it?
Yeah.
When is this going to happen? What are we looking at? What?
Yeah, I am bad.
Yeah.
It's hard enough just to pimp it. It's like,
I know you're sitting there through Typing the words through gritted teeth, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I did the other day when I put one up for the Friday Frolic. I'm like, damn Fox, and he's pimping this and being right.
Yeah. Pimp everything. Always be pimping.
But no, I've done well this week. I've posted pictures to Twitter and Faceache and all sorts, mate.
Yeah. My book and Face Place and all that.
Yeah.
Panzer Koenig says there's another reason Dad may not have replied. He's taking his prune medicine for his back.
He may well have been, mate, but no, he's probably fast asleep.
Farts asleep or fast asleep?
Both. Bless him. Either that or he might be watching the rerun of the SpaceX stuff.
Could be. Or might be visiting with his daughter or something. Might be out and about.
Could well be, yeah.
Could be out visiting. Steady Neris.
Have a spider pig.
Spider pig. I tell you what, talking of spider pigs, and then ignoring the word pig, I've thrown out some big spiders this week.
Oh,
Dear
right.
Lord.
Yeah, that's the point. Yeah, you had to say to your mum, didn't you? Sort of. Yeah. Got to get rid of the spider.
It's like Mama Foxx. She was going to bed the other day, so she went to the loo, and she got in the bathroom. She went to wash her hands, and I've stood at the top of the stairs just to make sure she gets into the room in case she doesn't fall over at the top of the stairs. And she's in the bathroom, and just as she's coming out, just drying her hands, I look up, and right above the bathroom door, there is this spider. It's the biggest thing I've ever seen. I'm like, oh, wow, that's rather significant. So I says to her, not that I'm rushing you, because you're unsteady on your feet, but when you come out through the door, just leg it fast, and do it now, and do it very quickly, because there's the biggest spider in the world above the door frame, and I want to catch it and throw it out, but if you take your time, it's going to wander off and I'm going to lose it. And it's right near to my bedroom door. I do not want it to go out of sight near my bedroom door, thank you very much, for obvious reasons. Yeah. So, bless her, she shot out the door and shot into the room. Man, this thing was massive. I managed to catch it. But...
Are we talking really massive, or are we talking Fox massive?
We're talking it was significantly large. I think it was actually a mama spider as well, because I think it had a load of eggs. So it got thrown out. It got thrown out onto the street, not just out the back door. I took it outside.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that gets walked down the road and.
Yeah. So that was, but it was like, but I had one the other day. It was like stood in front of the bathroom door, and it had a simple choice. It was like the door was here. And the creature was there, and I've got a wine glass that I just have it on hand and a postcard to catch these things. So I wanted to put the glass down like that to catch it. Now it had a simple choice. This little fellow. It could have just run straight forward and disappeared under the bathroom door and never been seen again and caused me a sleepless night. It was very good in that it just stood there while I ran around flailing, trying to find a glass and a card. And they seem to be very dopey at the minute. They don't run around much. So it was very good when it stayed there. But I thought, it's going to run under the door. So it had this basic choice. It could run under the door and be free, and it wouldn't get thrown outside. But for some reason, when I placed the glass over it, and it must have just touched its legs, it's decided the best course of action was to completely 360 and run towards me. Which meant it basically ran up into the glass, and I just dropped the glass over it. And it was like, oh, that was easy. It was like the worst decision it could have made. There was a right decision and a wrong decision, and it took the wrong decision. Thankfully for me, so I could throw it out. It's like, wow. But yeah, they seem to be a bit lethargic at the moment. Though you just kind of say stay there, and they stay there till you throw them out, which is good.
It's been a strange year, isn't it, for spiders and that? It's not been masses of them, but.
We've got the garden. I don't mind. We've got the garden spiders on at the minute. We don't mind them. I quite like those. Except there's one because we took our garage down. We got some to take our garage down for us. And there's just the walls and the wooden beams across the top now. And we've got some storage bins out there. And I need to get to the storage bin to get the lawnmower. But there's one garden spider that's made a web that goes right across the whole thing. And I'm like, oh, for crying out loud! Because I don't want to break its web. Because with garden spiders, if you break their web during the day, they make their webs at night, ideally. So if you break their web during the day, they can starve to death because they might not have had enough to eat to make a new web.
Oh, right, yeah.
So I'm really loath to break their webs because they're kind of most times permanently on a verge of starvation. So if they're on the verge of starvation, you break the web up to make a new one, they may not have time. They may not have the energy to do it. So I'm always loath to break the webs. I like garden spiders. But this one's right across this, and it's like, I'm sorry, mate, I'm going to... But somehow it comes back every day with an even bigger web. I'm like, good God.
Yeah, it's like, really?
Yeah. Well, at one point, there was like, it had the web in the corner, but there was a thread that went from the corner of the old garage, like all the way across the driveway, about 18 feet away, onto a fence. Yeah. I'm like, how did you even... Oh. It's insane. Took me a long time to figure out how they do that. Like, you know, they have like one thread that goes right across your garden 10 feet away.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? It's like, how does it get that across there?
Because I'm like, did it go down on the ground and back up again? And for a long time I used to wonder that, but when I found out how they do it, I was like, oh, for crying out loud. Duh. You know the old keep it simple stupid?
Yeah.
What they do is they just poop a thread out.
Yeah.
That catches the wind and floats off and then just sticks to something.
Oh, and then they just scoot across. Yeah.
Yeah, so they might just like poop a thread out and it go across your garden. I'm like, oh, that's in no way impressive at all. I'm suddenly not as impressed. That's kind of rubbish. Let's have a look. I know a film Fox likes, Battlefield Earth. Oh, dear Lord.
That's that one with John Travolta.
Have you seen it?
I've heard about it.
You need to watch it.
I've not watched it.
You need to watch it. I think everybody needs to at least once say they've watched it. My nephew, Patrick, he's just gone off to university, literally like in the last week, and he's doing. Forgive me, Patrick, if you're watching. He's doing some sort of film study type course. Yeah. But it's proper, like, you know, brainy analysis of films and such. And he was like, you know, he was asking. He set himself a challenge to watch a film a day for a year. Yeah. To like watch them and understand them and like write about them and analyse them and understand the storytelling stuff and all this. It's real in-depth kind of movie writing that he wants to do. And he was like saying, like, you know, he wants to watch a film a day. And he'll watch anything from, you know, adult films to Disney crap to, it doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's a movie. So my brother said, you got any ideas for films? I said, yeah. Tell him to watch Battlefield Earth. Because if he can watch that and do a good analysis of it, then he can watch anything.
Yeah, it's one of those.
I have watched it. I have watched Battlefield Earth. I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, it was bad. It wasn't that bad.
I think with a lot of people, it's because of the subject, isn't it?
Well, maybe. I mean, I've certainly watched films that I don't know. Pop this guy off his stand now. I've certainly watched films that I felt are worse. Yeah. I watched some film with Walter Koenig, you know, Chekhov in Star Trek. Yeah. And it was some sci-fi thing about a princess on the moon and a robot, and I got about half an hour in, and it was so bad, I just had to just burn the DVD. I'm like, I literally just put it in the incinerator and burned it. Yeah. It was... But that may have just
some of the straight-to-DVD movies. It's
Now, that was pretty bad. Now, I can't remember. That may have just been bad production value rather than actual bad script, but I didn't watch enough of it to find out what the actual story was. It was terrible. There was a whole scene where they had this like 20-foot tall killer robot attacking them, but what they did was it was at the end of a corridor and just stood there.
Oh,
not moving in any way at all, shrouded in a misty smoke, and just standing there like that with arms sticking out and then laser effects coming off it. And I'm like, it's not even it's just it could be a still shot with laser effects added. That's the and
yeah, that's
I can't remember those. I remember there's something on the moon where there's like a building on the moon and a woman in a chiffon night dress asleep on this stone. I don't know what it was. It was some crap. I was quite surprised that Walter Koenig was actually, you know, in it, because I thought I like Chekhov. Go on.
Must have been desperate.
Yeah, I'm like, I like Chekhov. He's a good actor. He was in some things, and he's all right. Let's give this film a watch. Oh. Panzer says, I know that movie, it was crap. Yeah. I think the worst thing was I actually rented. It was actually from the video shop. It was in those days of renting DVDs. So I literally burned the DVD and then thought, oh, hang on, I didn't actually own that. That was a rental. I had to go back. I had to go back to the store and say, yeah, I may have broken it. Sorry, I'll give you some money. There you go.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it didn't end well. That's how bad that film was. But yeah, Battlefield Earth was pretty bad, but not that bad. But everybody should watch Battlefield Earth at least once. I don't really remember anything about it, but I've done 3 more dudes.
Oh, blimey, what's that? 9 you've done?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12 now.
God, I'm glad I'm sat down.
Yeah.
Proud of you, soldier.
What's chat doing? They made a sequel. The first one has Richard Tyson in it, played Kindergarten Cop and Black Hawk Down. The sequel to what? I've lost track. Oh, morning, Vicar.
Nice.
That was a bit better, wasn't it?
That was. I'm impressed with that.
Sarah Jane said, had a big spider here the other day. Now it's very dead. And Panzer says, a dead spider is a good spider. The thing is, things like house spiders, I don't like them. I don't want them near me. I don't want them in the house, unfortunately. They're going to be.
Yeah.
But I'll very reluctantly kill one. I don't want to kill anything, apart from wasps.
No.
If I can catch it and throw it out, even though it gives me the heebie-jeebies trying to do so, I'd rather throw it out. And I know it'd probably kill it anyway because it's a house spider, not an outdoor spider, but at least it's got a fighting chance. Very occasionally, once or twice, I have been known to get the hoover out and just hoover one up because it's so big and hard to get to.
Yeah.
But I feel bad about it for days afterwards, so yeah, I don't like killing things. I don't like wasps. Don't care about wasps.
Yeah, they're the Antichrist, aren't they?
Yeah, there's a can of hairspray in the bathroom. It's been used twice, once for chipping technique and once for killing a wasp. Yeah, so. Anyway, we're coming up 20 to 6 here.
Bloody hell, that's gone quick.
It's gone fast. So as soon as I finish those 3 guys, I think I shall call it quits there for today. I'll go and make sure Mama Foxx is okay and start some sort of dinner.
No problem.
See if she's made herself a brew. You never know. She might have done.
She might have done. You never know. She might have made you one.
No, she won't do that. She won't know what time I finish. She's probably forgotten I'm even up here.
Usually saying spiders are awesome.
Yep. And then Muse also says wasps are assholes.
Yeah.
Oh, Haystack, says William Rayburn. Okay, I don't know what Haystack is. I don't know that movie. La 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 la. Fox is on a roll. 12 built, good boy, says Lynn. Worst film for me.
I'm mightily impressed.
Max says the worst film for me was District 9, a stompy robot movie filmed in South Africa. I thought I liked District 9.
Oh, that was the one with the prawns, wasn't it?
Fucking prawns. Don't like the prawns.
Yeah.
Yes. We're going to put you in a little district here where you'll be fine. Don't mix with the normal people. That's my rubbish.
The concept of the film was good. Yeah.
That's my rubbish Afrikaans accent. I do apologise to anyone who is actually, living in South Africa.
Yeah, I think they'll hunt you down for that one, mate.
Yes. I'll never know the end of it now. God damn it. Right. Do you want to buy some vibranium? Right, anyway.
He's insane.
Yes. Oh, that's the horror film that his friends are in. Right, sorry, William. Yes, I understand now. I was kind of half paying attention to conversations, wasn't I? Yeah, I'm not with it today. Anyway,
I'd never have noticed.
No. But I think that's going to do us. Thank you very much, everyone who's been watching and for sticking with us. I can't guarantee I'll be here next Sunday, but I'll try my best. If not, of course, Colin will be back with maybe somebody else to help him out. Maybe try and get Simon on one day, or Dad might be back in circulation. Or I might just
have a job, mate, because I'll be...
Oh, that's a good point, yeah. In that case, as Colin will be out of commission for a little while, I will see if I can do a stream next Sunday. If I can't, I don't think there's anyone else that can really take over. So it might be that while Colin's recovering and I'm looking after Mama Foxx, there might be a few weeks hiatus of this stream. But don't panic, it's going to come back. As soon as I'm in a better position to be able to sit at a bench for 3 hours non-stop and do the stream and leave Mama Foxx to her own devices, and as soon as Cole's obviously back to full speed and recovered,
Absolutely,
we'll so don't panic if there's a few gaps here and there in the coming weeks. I'll see if I can do a stream next weekend though, as normal. Don't forget, of course, if you'd like to help support the channel, do consider becoming a Patreon at patreon.com/modelmakingguru, or becoming a channel member by pressing the join button. Remember to go to goblingaming.co.uk and emodels.co.uk for your modelling and tabletop needs. Links in the description below the video. Do consider liking and subscribing, and of course check out my Amazon stores. Again, links in the description below the video for all your goodness. I shall just say thank you very much to you, Colin. Good luck for tomorrow, buddy.
That's all right, mate.
Yeah,
It'll be fine.
Hope it goes well, and then get you all sorted in the coming weeks. And if we don't see you next weekend, I hope it goes well and you get recovering fastly.
Yeah, no worries, mate. I'm in good hands.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. Big love and hugs.
Yeah, absolutely, mate.
But I shall say thank you to everyone in chat for watching. I shall hopefully, I'll probably see you tomorrow night for the eModels Monday show. You probably won't see it, you won't be there, but you might be, but probably not.
Yeah, I've got no idea at this moment in time.
Yeah, don't commit to that. You might see us, but you might not. If not, we'll make up some factoids for you.
Yeah.
It's only a bit Mama
you
Foxx
can't
watches.
Get your factoids, mate, because your mum will be after you.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Bless her.
She watches your bit, and then that's after she's on the iPad again reading. It used to be when it got to what's in store, she just bugger off and do the washing up or make a brew or something.
Oh, bless her.
Only watches it for you.
Oh,
and Chris,
thanks, Mum.
the other day, Chris Models, Chris says to me, "Send Mama Foxx my love, even though she likes Colin more."
Oh.
Even though Colin's a favourite.
Oh, poor Chris.
I know, bless him. Anyway, we shall leave it there. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you, Colin, for being with me today. I shall see you,
mate. My pleasure.
I shall see you all tomorrow, and until next time, of course, do take care of yourselves. Go make something awesome. Are you not streaming later on with Dad, I take it, are you? Because Dad?
No.
I don't know if Chris is doing a stream tonight at Gross Models, but check out Gross Models' channel just to make sure. And don't forget Colin's channel as well, by the way. Do some pimpage, dude.
Festa 67's Workshop on the YouTube's got the website, festa67sworkshop.com. And I'm also on Patreon, patreon.com, Festa67's Workshop.
There you go.
And you can also join my YouTube channel if you choose to do so.
So make sure you do all that. Well, until next time, take care of yourselves. Go make something awesome. Go be awesome. You there, be awesome. And I shall say, adios, amoebas.
Take care, everyone. Thanks for all your support.
Bye.
Bye.